Good morning, family, and happy Friday to everybody. Thank you so much for coming by once again. My goodness, we made it to the last day of trading. Are we here or are we not? What is up, team? What is up? Happy to see everybody. Look at it. Look at this, man. Sebastian Lim already coming through with the list, my bro. Thank you so much. Of course, we can go ahead and go through that, man. Safe pop culture. Always good to see you here, man. So you want to take a look at Finger and GTII. Not a problem, not a problem, not a problem. Man, we got it in here. Good morning to you, Destiny. Good morning to you, Dang It Boy. What's up? What's up? What's up? Rungsat, MGOL, of course, MGOL. I know that's that soccer ticker, right? I remember it just IPO'd a few months ago. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and put it up on the list. It'll be there as soon as you get this screen to go out of the way, right? It'll fade first. But the Blad, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. And what's up, Philip? Dude, had no idea that you were actually that username in in the Discord. I'm like, what? Man, it's so many names to keep up with, right? And actually a lot of name changes as well. But it's all good, man. It's all part of the game. I love it. It's all part of good company, right, you guys? But again, happy Friday to everybody. So happy to be streaming today, you guys. And actually, you know what? Take a look at this. This is the heat map right now. What? Damn, there couldn't be more red, right? It actually, my goodness. So this is what the broader markets are looking like right now, right? So everything is kind of bleeding right now. It's a bit interesting, but you know, we try our best, right? But I mean, and bleeding ever so slightly. I'm not going to be over bearish here, but I mean, if we go back to the to this chart here, where we have the SPY and the Qs, right? That's looking like a little higher than we did yesterday, actually. Well, yesterday we were facing that 435 on the SPY, right? So that's not bad, actually. But still, I am appreciating that the TQQQ is finding that support from the SMA 10 on the buy daily. So that's a good thing. Same situation here on the buy daily with SPY, right? So I feel like this price action that we're facing right now is just kind of a breather, because look at this. Let me just get rid of the moving averages real quick so we can see it. Right, so yeah, check this out. Yeah, all these breaks, right? We have several of them, and I just think this is one of them. So that's why I don't think I want to be over bearish, right? But yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing, right? So now, Philip, does that thing still sound weird? I tried to fix it last night. Does it sound doubled still? We were trying to go over the music and why it was sounding a little robotic. But does it still sound like that? Here, I'm turning it up. Oh, turn it up. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, man, I think there's no music in there today. No way. Oh, that's interesting. I was wondering if that was dude, I'm getting the playback here. I'm telling you, man, I got to get used to this I got to get used to this thing, this Windows platform, man, because, geez. No, I bet, dude, I bet. And I honestly think I have that, where was it? Advanced audio properties. Man, this thing messing around. All right, so yeah, I do believe it could be this right here, right? We may, I'm not sure, man, but I got settings to mess around with this Windows thing. Anyway, but yes, you guys. So yeah, I was just showing you the broader markets, right? And we're kind of bleeding a little bit, but I honestly think that we could see a recovery coming into next week. There we go. You can hear it now, right? But it's clean now, right? You're not able to hear those doubles, right? I was trying to fix the outputs on the OBS streaming software, so I think I may have figured out the second track kind of firing at the same time, right? But and this is why I'm thinking, yeah, oh, nice. Me and Philip got it down. We got it down. Good deal. I feel so happy about that. Oh my goodness. So anyway, you guys, so we already have some requests coming in. Of course, we can go ahead and take a look at that ticker as well. I'm talking about let's see, MS, talking about CISS, right? Of course. We can go ahead and put it down on the list right here, and we will take a look at that as well. Okay, not a problem. Yeah, so CISS. Oh my goodness, guys! Before I started streaming, I was trying to like warm up my voice somehow, right? And I remember this guy. What's his name? Did you guys ever watch the Masked Investor? Let's see, yeah, TMI, right? Is the It's the three-letter thing that I used to watch him all the time. I used to watch him for back in the AMC days, like when it was popping off. So I remember him always saying this thing. He would always kind of test his voice by saying miggity 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 mic check, miggity mic check, miggity mic check, miggity 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 mic check, miggity mic check. So I was doing that right now to warm up my voice, and I can't believe how good that helped. I mean, how much that helped, right? So I don't want to sound like I'm drunk coming in the mornings, right? So so I was going over and over and over and over really, really fast on that, right? But yeah, man. That was TMI helping me out, right? He didn't even know he was helping me out. But yeah, this is CISS on the 12-hour. We're gonna have to take a look at this in the shorter time frames because of a recent IPO, right? So yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at this. Timmy123, of course, man. We'll go ahead and get that SONN on the schedule here. So take a look at the tabs right up here. You see them? This is kind of like what I'm going to follow today. So I have, this is just for us to evaluate the, broader markets, positions on TQQQ. I also am managing the position on the ticker symbol APE because I really, really, really want to get out of AMC and APE and, start depositing into my my day trading account. So we're just going to make the one account, man, for day trading, right? So, and from there, here it is, right? You have SONN. We're going to take a look at UCAR, VCIG, NVOS. We have COSM, FNGR, GTII to look at, right? MGOL, and of course that one ticker, CISS, right? But still, don't feel like it's limited to only that. We're just going to continue going through the markets, man. We're going to hang out. It's a good Friday today, and it's also, remember, I think it's, what was it, a short week this week, wasn't it? Well, yeah, we had Juneteenth on Monday. So I'm not going to lie, I am kind of like, I'm kind of bumming a little that we're going to be closing, tomorrow. I still feel like I got robbed the day of trading. But it's okay, you guys. If you still feel like you need to trade, the futures are still there. Crypto's still there, right? There's some kind of chart somewhere moving, right? So all good. So now, what's up, Tara? Good morning to you, my brother. You got your coffee loaded up and what? What's up, Lockup? Happy Friday to you, man. Happy Friday to everybody. So yeah, I don't know if you guys already saw this, right? But this is what the broader market is looking like right now. Still a little bloody, right? But I mean, if you start to take a look at this next chart here, you can clean see that the SPY and the TQQQ is also kind of, they're coming back up ever so slightly, but they are coming back up, right? So I think this is part of a natural ebb and flow. I'm not sure that we're converting anything specific into like a resistance right now. I mean, although we are at a resistance at the present moment. Right. So, oh man, Philip, I actually feel bad that I left people kind of, just watching a dead counter go to the downside with no music there. I'm like, oh man, goodness gracious. But we got it playing. Now I know the difference between that button and that button. Damn it, Windows. All right, so yeah, you guys, why don't we do that? Let's go ahead and take a look at SONN as it actually surpassed the target that we were looking at. We really wanted to touch down on that 77.48. We spoke of the likelihood of hitting it today too, right? We wanted it yesterday. We came ever so slightly by it, and we overshot it today, so that's good. But where did it resist? So let's see the top side of this valuation here. That's 83 on the 83 to the penny. And you can see here that the one spot 272 is located at 82.33. So that's likely one of the reasons we were able to resist from that area, right? So we're going to start combating these pretty powerful Fibonacci ratios. So we should be kind of expecting a little bit of a bumpy ride. All the way up, right? A bumpy ride, but it's all good. That's I do think that it still has a lot of pressure to the upside, specifically for the 4-hour time frame. Remember yesterday, you guys, we were talking about that 30-minute time frame starting to cascade into the hourly and then into the bi-hourly and into the 4-hour. So if you don't remember, let me go ahead and remind you here, right? So this is stochastic momentum versus volatility, right? This is volatility represented by BBWP. And we have an upside pivot here, and we're actually starting to contract, and that's a pretty good thing because we want that 30-minute upside to bleed into the hourly, right? So hourly, you're starting to see that it has a little bit of that effect starting to happen. Remember that the yellow line is representing the EMA3, right? Okay, so that EMA3 is the leading indicator because the other one is a slower moving average, and that is your simple moving average 14 period. Okay, so of course your shorter time frame and exponential would follow a closer, or actually would take into consideration the current price action faster than a simple moving average, even at that, right? So faster time frame and faster average. All right, so this is we're showing that upside in the hourly. Let's see the bi-hourly. So the bi-hourly is showing a little bit of I would say consolidation here, slight downside but consolidation. What gives us the potential of a continuation to the upside is actually the RSI. Check it out. RSI is pivoted towards the upside. We're using that SMA 14 kind of like an I would say a guide or maybe a support before continuing on. So that's looking okay too. So now jumping into the 4-hour time frame, this is where we have those upside pivots really showing, right? So this is volatility contracting. We have official upside pivots here on both of the moving averages, and the 6-hour as well. It has volatility contracting. This is usually where I fire a signal, where I would consider that the signal or the condition of volatility versus momentum starts to actually count, right? So right from this zone here, which was technically the opening of this candle here at 69.95. That is the official firing of a signal here on the 6-hour time frame, right? I mean, any other time frame, as long as you're just getting an upside pivot and volatility either contracting or expanding. If you're expanding from the bottom to the top side, you want to be beyond the 15th percentile. You want to make sure that the moving average and the volatility component itself of the BBWP are upside pivoted and beyond the 15th percentile, which is this green line here. All right, you guys. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. The signals are definitely firing. 8-hour time frame also has that upside pivot too, contracting volatility. I honestly think this still has some upside to go. 12-hour time frame is showing us that we have a resistance kind of coming up. And if I were to be very honest with you, I think that resistance could be located at the 1.618, 90.54. So that would be incredibly bullish, actually. So if we do get a pretty good touch right up here to that 90.54, the 1.618, I would give it a range actually to consider. 90.54 to about 92.87. Let's draw it in right now, just so that we can keep it in our in our register here, just in case we do reach that top side. I am going to favor as well the top side of this candle here at around 93.21. So let's just go ahead and leave that there, because this is kind of what I'm expecting for today. If we are able to get that, you guys, usually day traders are entering or getting long the market right around now to about I'd say 75.19. Okay, you guys. So remember that this is a longer term day trade. Okay, so if you're deciding to trade this, of course, I'm actually suggesting paper trading, right? I am not suggesting for you to trade live cash if you do not have your risk management in play. All right, you guys. So yes, we want to make sure to keep our retail safe. Okay, you guys. So this is what I'm talking about. I think potential long at about 75.27, right around there. Right. Write this thing up for. Let's measure it. What could be from that 75.27 to the bottom side of this area here at the 1.618 could be a 20% move. Of course, at any moment, upside of maybe 7%, 8%, even into 10%, right? That would be a very good day trade, okay, you guys? So, I mean, just look at the probabilities here, though, right? We've been following SONN for some time. It does not mean that what I'm telling you right now is what's going to happen. I'm just giving you the higher probabilities, right? So just keep that in mind, too, okay? This is why, and this is where the risk management comes into play. The resistance I'm speaking about on the 12-hour, right, that SMA 14 represented by the pink line on the RSI, that resistance there, I think, could be the 1.618 or slightly under it, right? This range, literally the top range that we're talking about right now. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that, and you know how it goes. So now remember, guys, I'm talking about maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I posted a play on the Discord for ticker symbol UCAR, and this is very curious because it's now meeting our second target, right? So it actually met it already. So I just wanna show it to you guys, right? Because this is essentially the format that you would see me post a play in the Discord, right? So you can check the link in the description below. If it doesn't work, let me know here in the chat, and I'll go ahead and post a new one, right? But yeah, so the target range, I mean, everything kind of met perfectly here, right? So, and I'm not talking about holding all the way through to the top side targets here. What I'm doing here, what I'm hoping that you can also take a look at is the potential of taking entry from where I'm speaking about, right? Which is the 691 price action came down to 90, right? We got that position long. We took profit right up here. That's 763. Let's measure that, okay? This is how it works. So 691 entry, right? We took the profit right here. That was a 10 spot, 35% move to the upside. Then yesterday we kind of spoke about the entry level at about 732, right? So if we did gain that entry again, that means that we were negative the price action for a little bit of time before we continued on to the upside. So let's measure that too. Let's just evaluate this, right? So look at this. Minus 2.23% before making a recovery, and eventually taking the next profit zone of 15 spot 28%. Okay, so now that marks 25.36% up in 2 days. Okay, so now, if this target already met, what could be the potential of reaching the next one? Well, I would honestly favor some type of entry here between the areas of about 792 to about 780. All right, so let's just say that we did get 792 as the entry, and price action did come to the downside ever so slightly, right? So from there, we can actually measure the next implied projected target, right? So that would be an additional 14% to the upside. Very likely for us to reach the top side too at around 16%. Guys, that is 40% in 3 days. Okay, so of course the third move hasn't happened just yet, but this is sort of the way that I would momentum trade in a sense. I would say, actually, you know what, just day trade, right? Because momentum trading would require shorter time frames. And I often, for day trades, I trade the 4 hour and the hourly. Okay, so this play is turning out to be exactly what we spoke of on Tuesday, right? So we literally got every single move that we're talking about thus far. But that's how it goes, you guys. That's how it goes. I usually post up plays like this, and they last a week, and we have several targets to look at, everywhere from the momentum trader all the way up to the swing trader. So congratulations if you did participate on the UCAR play, right? But so far we have met both of our targets that we have talked about. And the next target, I'm not sure if it's going to be Tuesday or today, but it's there for us to evaluate, right? So good morning to you, Barbara Young. Very happy to see you here. We're just going over some plays, right? So let's just go ahead and go over the broader markets yet again. Let's keep a close eye on this, right? We want to make sure that we are not failing anything here. So look at this. GTII is still holding that support from yesterday's price action, right? So still very good there. Anyway, you guys, let's take a look at that ticker that Sebastian Lim is speaking about. He said this could be a potential play. So now VCIG on the 12-hour time frame is what you're kind of viewing right now. And the reason why I'm mentioning this right now too on the 12-hour is because I kind of breezed by the ticker ever so slightly before I started streaming, right? So go ahead and take a look at the RSI right down here. This is remember, the light blue line represents your RSI signal, and the pink line represents your the 14-day simple moving average, right? So you can see clearly that signal is on its way down to meet that SMA 14. High potential for a support there. Why? Because the SMA 14 is located in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile, which is the inner half of the RSI, right? So you have your weakness percentiles here, and you have your strength percentiles in the outer skirts, right? So that's what I'm looking at. The likelihood of bouncing from that SMA 14 at that area there is highly likely because that gravitational zone pushes price action towards the upside. So that would be two zones of support. You're going to have your SMA 14 and the gravitational zone. Very likely for this to bounce. If we're going to see what target that can be, well, let's go ahead and speculate right now. The SMA 10 on the 12-hour chart could be that bottom side that we're looking at. But seeing that we're at 592 and the EMA 7 is located at 572, that kind of gives us a range. Okay, so I would put the range in like this. So 572 to the bottom side of the SMA 10 around 547 could be the zone to actually get long the market, right? So this is pretty good. What I would have to say here is that there is a high likelihood that we can face one more zone of entry here, and I'll tell you why. But first, I'm just going to mark it down, right? So the second zone of entry could be, oh man, that's a huge space. That's kind of not ideal. Let me see. I would actually put together 498 to about 473. Let me see, 472, right? So this could be the second zone, and the reason why I'm saying that is for a very particular reason. Take a look at the candle structure, right? Look at this here. It's forming some type of ascending triangle, right? And what I mean by that is actually, let me get the moving averages so it's not so convoluted there, and let's just take in some trend lines into perspective here, right? So something like this is kind of what's happening, right? We'll just make a quick little rough drawing, and then we'll kind of line it all up. And it also could be just starting, and if that's the case, we could be looking at it in the 6 hour or even the 4 hour, right? This ascending triangle. So yeah, actually, you know what? It's looking not bad here in the 4 hour time frame. Maybe I can get away with it like this, right? I'm trying to be as concise as I can be and as precise as well, right? So oftentimes those things don't meet. So if this is in fact the formation that we're doing, this is one potential, right? The next potential is this one right over here. This right here is a symmetrical triangle that we could be building as well. Right, it's a little difficult to use these top sides of the wicks because they often present a psychological buying event, FOMO. Right, so if you feel a little doubtful about that, there's no harm in trying the wick below that, right, to see if you can get a better balanced price action. And in fact, it does look a little better, right? So since we don't have any more price action here for the ascending triangle, temporarily we know that it's possibly there, but we can take into consideration into heavier regard the symmetrical triangle, right? So we could be coming back down to the second zone of entry. I could see a wick down to the area of 496. We're just kind of converging the price action here, okay, you guys? So that's what I'm looking at right now. VCIG could be prepping for an upside here, okay? So remember how to take your price objective on this, okay? So that's going to be from the top side of your triangle to the very bottom side. That's one of the targets, right? Just like this here. And then you apply it to your breakout zone. Well, let's just say that we were to break out here on Monday, right? And that would take us to a top side of about 1660, right? Which is very curious because we do have some relevant resistances there. Of course, let's go ahead and let's take that into account though, right? So 1660 to about the top side of the red candle here, right? So I would honestly favor that wick top to around 1801. So that's going to be a very strong area of resistance, right? Not to mention the 2388. But yeah, it is there for us to look at, okay, you guys? So now after this, there are two other targets to look at, right? As you know that this trend line is from the top side of the bulls right here. I would honestly say the third set of bulls. The second set of bulls would be the center of the triangle, right? So right around here, we take a trend line from the top side to the very bottom side, apply it to your supposed breakout area, which we said could be around here, right? Just move it to the right a little bit, and it's suggesting 1171. Of course, we have to take into consideration the top side of the wick over here, right? So then we'll draw that resistance something like this, right? Just like this here, 1171. Let's see, to the low of about, what was it? 1133. Okay, so, or 1132 based on the high, right? This wick here. So that now marks the second area of resistance, right? So we're just marking off the zones where we can see a potential sell-off using psychology, right? So Sebastian Lim, you got stopped out on which one, buddy? On UCAR? And then, okay, guys, so now the first set of bulls would be from the supposed area of breakout, which we're talking about here, right? So we take that trend line just like we did before, and we apply it to that area of breakout, of supposed breakout, right? And then we move it to the right, right? Just to kind of leave the space here. And it's already suggesting the top side. We were already looking at a resistance at 917 anyway, right? So that's gonna mark off our first area of resistance now. So we'll just take it into account just like this. 959 could be that top side, right? To 9 What was it, 17? Yeah, 17. Okay, so I can adjust this line ever so slightly. My goodness. Okay, this one here. And adjust it to 917. Perfect. There you go, guys. That's kind of what I'm looking at so far. And then, of course, other validations can also happen, right? So Daniel saying, can you look at ticker symbol VIRI potentials for today? So, man, I do remember speaking about VIRI. Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look at it, of course. We're going to speak about VIRI, and I think I remember talking about it yesterday where I was suggesting a potential downside and for a reaccumulation period, right? But one more thing that we have to look at here in VCIG, you guys, is actually volatility versus momentum, right? So we have the hourly and bi-hourly suggesting the downside, which is already being seen. We're already talking about gaining entry from these zones right down here, right? So it should come to no surprise that our momentums are suggesting the downside. Okay, you guys, so 30-minute time frame, let's go see it. That's a downside pivot starting to correct a little bit of correction here on that 30-minute RSI as well. But remember, a lot of the times those tiny pivots tend to fail, right? So bi-hourly time frame, same thing, downside. And the 4-hour is the one that's actually showing the upside. Right now, it's crossing beneath the SMA 14, which is a little bit of weakness to the market. But let's go ahead and we're gonna look at it, Daniel. Don't trip. We're still gonna look at it. It's crossing beneath the SMA 14, right? So that's usually a little bit of a bearish thing, but as long as we're pivoted towards the upside, the play is still on, right? So 6-hour time frame, we have that little bit of an ebb and flow, just like the 4-hour, right? And the 8-hour is starting to show a correction towards the upside. So that could be that we already found a very near low. And it would be incredibly ideal for us to face a downside here, not only to allow more bulls to gain entry for this play, but also to kind of give more validity to this bottom side support of the symmetrical triangle, right? So that's why I'm looking at that. But trust me when I say that whatever I'm seeing here on the shorter time frames, they are suggesting a downside, right? So it's it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see this candle and be like, well, that does not look bullish, right? So yeah, we want to get the reaccumulation phase to suggest a potential continuation to the upside, validation down here, and then a continuation, right, you guys? So keep your eyes on VCIG. I do think that this has some pretty nice potentials to the upside, right? So, and I am really kind of talking about a swing play here. And the swing play, why? Because let's just say 572 was your entry, right? That's a 60% up thrust here to 916 upon the breakout, right? So it could take about a week or two to fulfill the topside targets that I'm suggesting here. But, this is why we play with risk management, right, team? But, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker. We're going to take a look at NVOS as well, right? So this is another one that we've been taking a look at for some time, and also another one that we posted a play for, right? So now that we have those targets, literally every single target that we spoke about realized, right? Early on, too. So we can get rid of some of these things, right? So that we don't have such a convoluted, chart here. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these prices and, my Arca's range thing, my entries, all the stop loss, the whole thing, right? So I want to show you exactly what we're looking at here. NVOS is part of a breakout strategy, okay? So this is a falling wedge. All right, so falling wedges are, in today's narrative, it is a bullish formation, right? It wasn't always, but now it is, right? So and this also has the same traditional 3 targets to look at, right? The breakout, the breakout candle trend line, the center of the triangle trend line, and the top side. So this has some huge upside to go through, okay? But first, I don't want to talk about those upsides because we really have to combat the area of about 1556 first. Okay, so if we can move upside of the 2-spot 272, then we can get into the area of about the 2-spot 618 for resistance. That's going to be another area to kind of like, oh my goodness, here's another zone, another chop zone, right? So just like we did here, we faced a resistance of the 2-spot 272, started consolidating between the 1-spot 618 and that 2-spot 272, just like this, right? And then the next leg up would very likely do that same thing. 2-spot 618 back down to around the 2 fib, and then we'll start chopping around the 2 fib to the 2.618 and then continue onwards and upwards, right? So yeah, I would keep an eye on NVOS as well, you guys. This play is still playing out the way that we talked about, literally from like down here, right? So let's see the 30-minute time frame on NVOS. Okay, 30-minute time frame is already giving us an upside bias, which is good. We're increasing volatility ever so slightly, so that's another good thing, right? So now let's go to the hourly time frame and see what's up. Hourly time frame is showing that it could actually continue to the upside ever so slightly, right? So let me see the bi-hourly time frame, and also make this a little bit bigger too, right? So bi-hourly showing that it could, there's a little bit of weakness coming in. And if we're seeing that weakness, that's only particular to the immediate short term, because with this price action, that kind of gives us a pretty good green flag or a go ahead for the 4-hour and 6-hour, right? So 4-hour time frame, upside pivot and contracting volatility, right? That's what I mean by a go ahead. The 6-hour time frame as well, upside pivot, contracting. And we just look at the RSI, right? We're getting that support from the SMA 14 and suggesting a continuation to the upside and approaching that gravitational zone, right where we can actually get pulled up to the upside. Very likely for that to happen too. So 8-hour time frame also showing it's actually reactive to the shorter time frames here too. So yeah, this is good. We're actually just entering the cycle of an upside here. So expect a very short-term downside. And to be honest with you, I'm not sure that we can get lower than about 1462 from the present price action. So I'll give you a range there. Right, so it would be around, let's see, 1462 right here. Come on. There we go. To the bottom side of this middle candle here, right, to the closing of that candle. That would be around 1440, right? So this is where I'm thinking that we can support and then continue on to the upside. Let me see the opening of this candle here. What is it? So that is an opening of, what is it? 15 flat. No. 1398. And then the closing of this is 1398 as well. Damn it. Okay, so I thought this was a little bit lower here, thus creating a bullish engulfing on the 8-hour. I mean, it's still just as good, right? It's pretty good there. All right, so yeah, that's NVOS, you guys. Definitely keep your eyes on this one as well. It's very likely going to start moving to the upside after a very short-term correction, if we even get that, right? So yeah, feast your eyes on that one, team. So, check it out. COSM actually doing what we talked about in the video last night. Remember that, actually, I don't know if you guys saw this, but I caught 2 repeating formations here with very similar attributes. These are right-angled broadening descending wedges, or descending broadening wedges, right? So whatever which way you want to say, whatever which way you want to look at it as, right? I think they were the 4-hour or maybe even the 6-hour. Let me see the bi-hourly actually. Bi-hourly looks not bad too. It could be traded on the bi-hourly and the 4-hour, but yeah, take a look at the price action right now, you guys. We're at 315 in the green for the day. COSM, right? And it's actually starting to make very, very much sense because of why. Well, very similarly to GTII, I found out not only those repeating fractals here in formation, but also I found repeating fractals in timing. So every I would say roughly 14 days. Let me see the 12-hour. Okay, yeah, there we go. So roughly every 14 days or 15 days, there is kind of a pivotal moment that happens here. This is a topside pivot to topside pivot, 14 days. Bottom side lower pivot to the bottom side lower pivot, 15 days. Then now from this topside pivot to the next topside pivot, 15 days. Right, and then from this lower pivot that we got from that top side to the next lower period, that's 14 days, right? So it's interesting that it's actually following that right now, and we're also within the threshold of the next 14-day period. This here, that would be between the time frame of Wednesday, June 21st to about Wednesday, July 5th. Okay, so that would be the next span of 14 days, and it's curious that we're already getting an upside during that cycle, just like the other cycles did too. Okay, so this is why I was suggesting yesterday that the price action may actually start showing an upside. And if you recall, I did kind of what did I even name that video? I'm curious now. Right, so I think it was something bullish, but people always think that I'm like some kind of cheerleader, right? When that's definitely not the case, guys. Arca is not a cheerleader. All right, so yeah, COSM. I was talking about the breakout prep video that I put up yesterday, right? So if you haven't seen it, that gives you details over what's happening right now. Okay, so Sebastian saying, Arca, if you have time, do you mind looking at FOXO was in it for a swing play at 33 cents? Of course, my brother, you do so much for me, man. How can I ever say no to you, right? And William Bone saying let's see. So you're saying ticker symbol Wolf, WULF. Do you still see entry range down at 155 to 154? It briefly touched 158 for about 2 seconds, then it ripped, trying to get back in the play. Okay, so oftentimes when it rips like that from those targets, the price action tends to come back, right? So I guess so, man. Let's go ahead and kind of give it a quick look right here, because I know that moderator Sebastian Lim has always been a big fan of this ticker as well. I mean, if you're bullish Bitcoin, I think the conditions are all being met for a continuation to the upside. So, I'm bullish Riot, I'm bullish Mara, I'm bullish ticker symbol Wolf, bullish Bitcoin right now, right? So, let's do Wolf and see what the deal is, right? So, right. So, yeah, we had a potential entry zone. Let's see, 150 is what we were talking about, right? So 155 to around 154. Let's see. Why do I have this range drawn in here? So, the top side. You're talking about the top side of the channel, right? So that's 153 to about 150 if we can get down that low, right? So let's look at that potential now, because we're facing the resistance right from where our previous resistance zone that we drew in, right? Is facing that resistance now. So let's see the price action. 8-hour time frame is actually pivoted towards the downside. Let's start it from the immediate short term though, and then we'll see. Right, so upside pivot on the 30-minute, hourly has an upside pivot too. Bi-hourly has upside 4-hour. Okay, so this is actually starting the next wave to the upside based on this lower touch of about 158, right? So honestly, to be very honest with you, if we didn't catch it down here, then that entry zone could have already kind of faked out the bears, right? It actually created a little bit of a liquidity trap for bears here. Bulls actually took entry real soon here, using them as liquidity. And so I am potentially looking at entry now, actually. So literally right at 171, if this thing actually gets you a little more of a discount to around 169, then that would be astronomical, right? But this is already suggesting a continuation to the upside, right? So you're not going to look at Wolf till $3. I know, man. You and Wolf have had some small differences here and there, right? But it's all good. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. If we are able to get that low, then 169 would be probably your bottom side target here. But this is looking incredibly strong, and I am still seeing targets upside of about 188 to 201. So this and maybe even further actually if Bitcoin continues, which by the way is very likely. Bitcoin is showing it's showing a really decoupled amount of strength from the broader markets. I mean, take a look at them right now. Look at your broader markets. What the heck is going on there, right? It's literally bloody Friday right now. But remember, guys, we for the master students themselves, we already know that Fridays and Mondays are usually pretty red, right? So it's expected. Let me take a quick sip of water here, guys, and then we'll continue. All right, so let's see. So I mean, if you it's combating that. It's combating it, man. Keep your eyes on the 171 to 169. Okay, so let's take a look at well, first of all, yeah, COSM just went up a little bit more, 316, very nice on the day. And GTII. So please remember that I was speaking about coming back down to validate again to the zone of about 85.12. I spoke about this yesterday. I said the likelihood of coming back down to validate that same support again is highly likely, right? And then we would face the resistance from around 90 cents, and we have done that thus far. Okay, so the top side of the target today was 89.99, pretty much a Satoshi away from the 90-cent target that I spoke of in the video yesterday, right? And we're getting the rejection coming back to test the area that we spoke about. Okay, so GTII is moving according to plan even still. Okay, you guys, so, but of course, I don't know, of course, this is too manipulated for me to see. Right? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, guys. It's very, very difficult to chart GTII. I often compare it to training under rain, right? Training under the most unidealistic conditions possible, right? So literally running under the rain in mud while a storm and carrying like 200 pounds of gear, right? So that's literally what's happening here when I chart for GTII. Very good stuff, man. Let's see. Sorry about that, buddy. What did I just say about GTII? Oh, right. So, sorry, team. I'm just going to repeat it real quick. This was the resistance that I spoke of, right, in yesterday's video. 90 cents is around the area that I was thinking about getting a retracement, right? And then we would get a pullback to validate the bottom side of the triangle as a support, right? So we've gotten both of those. We said 90 cents. The price action came up to 89.99, right? So right up there. And then we're coming back down just like we expected. Okay, guys, this is still moving the plan, okay? GTII is still on its way, okay? But we'll keep a close eye on this. And again, you guys, please remember that I am not calling GTII. I'm not saying that I'm not calling it. I'm just kind of giving you a potential forecast for the following days. Which, by the way, you guys, you know what? I thought I was going to be able to release a video on COSM today, but I'm not going to be able to put one together, right? But it's really sad because the price action is going to the upside. But I am kind of making, I guess I'm going to start it here, right? I am making a formal announcement that I have been hired by Cosmos Health to be their statistical and data analyst for stock trading, right? So I am officially contractually binded to Cosmos, ticker symbol COSM, on a monthly basis, right? So I am creating content for them in the biggest transparency that I can actually come up with. I am not trading COSM. I am not long it. I am not short it, but I will absolutely be as transparent as I can be, whether the upside is more likely than not. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you so much. But this is actually my first formal announcement to you guys that I am hired, right? So to be their statistical and data analyst, COSM, Cosmos Health. So this is the beginning of something really magical, you guys, as I do believe that this can actually assist me in not creating a paid Discord, in not creating more paid content from the team, right? So this is a good approach because this way we can get the companies, right, to pay Arca to be the statistical analyst, so that we can maintain our stuff, so that we can maintain our stuff free, right? Like the Discord and these live streams right now, so that we don't have to charge for that, right? So we let the companies pay me, and then we actually continue our deal here. You guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate your wishes. Yeah, this is incredible news, you guys, as it does solidify, you know, a pretty good stable income, right? But like I said, I am not trading it, so you should know right away that I am not long or short COSM, as I do believe is actually a bad taste, and I think it should be kind of illegal, right? So I'm not going to be trading this whatsoever, but the attention that I put into it is absolutely for the shareholders, right? So I want to make sure that they know what's happening, whether it's weakness or strength. So know that is absolutely one of the things under contract that I'm contractually binded to, right? I must provide transparency within it, and I can't act like a pumper here, okay, you guys, because that becomes really illegal. So, but yeah, thank you guys for the wishes. This is the first company down. I'm going to see if we can gather maybe another 4 or 5 companies under my belt so that I can be their statistical and data analysts as well, right? So that can provide some pretty nice income during a monthly period, right? So that we can make sure that the kids have food on the table, that we still have a roof above our heads, right? And everything will be looking very good. So thank you guys. Thank you so much for your wishes. I think that's why I said it's going to be a little crappy that I can't make. Look at that price action on COSM 320. Guys, I can't say that I didn't warn everybody just yesterday. I was literally talking about breakout prep, okay? So that's not me. Look at this, 321, huge volatility, creating the NOT 618 into a potential support. This is very, very damn. Okay, so Oh my goodness, I didn't expect for it to go like that, you guys. So now if you did catch entry from the zone that we were speaking about, you are presently up, let's see, about 5.5%. Keep it moving, right? So looking very good, you guys. $3.21 presently. We'll keep an eye on COSM and see where it goes, right? But we know that there is a potential resistance right at about that 328 level, okay? So yeah, so just know, you guys, that this is essentially for you. William Bone, no, thank you, my brother. So just know that this is for you guys, and it's also going to help out my family too. But keep wishing Arca the best of luck, right? Because this is kind of bullish for me and the brand itself, right? As we are progressing and moving forward and showing that there is absolute interest in the work that I'm putting in for us, right? For the retail team. So anyway, you guys, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here for further tickers, right? So Sebastian Lim, I see you up there. Hold on, I know that I had a few tickers coming in pretty fast, right? So yeah, of course, my brother, we can go ahead and take a look at that TTOO. I'm not even sure if I actually did the last time, right? So okay, so whoever was talking to me about Wolf, guys, it's just 171 to 169 could be that bottom side, okay? So keep your eyes on that. It's still kind of there, okay? But yeah, let me pull up ticker symbol TT. I remember we looked at it yesterday. Did I actually look at it though? Oh, I did. Good deal. Okay, so let me look at this in the 8-hour time frame, because that triangle could be traded in an upper time frame. Oof. Okay, this is very dangerous right now. Okay, you guys. So if we are, but remember that we did speak about an overall support. Oh man, this is a crazy fake out. Oof. This fade here, it may actually create a liquidity trap for the bears, right? So there could be, I mean, it's already rejecting from about 713, but I was talking about potential drop to 702, right? So if we do get that final touch to the bottom, that's kind of a sign that, okay, we got the outside of the triangle. Let's take this thing all the way down to, beyond the 540 zone, right? Which could be the top side of the trend line to the very bottom one, and then you apply it to that supposed breakout. It would likely lead to around 4 cents. So that's that could be what's happening here. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the 12-hour time frame and the daily. Where though? Why are you saying the daily? And why are you saying the 12-hour time frame? Arca, shut your face. Check it out. We are at support at the SMA 14 in the gravitational zone 2. So that means that our downside is heavily limited here. Okay, let's look at the daily time frame. Daily time frame also showing a very slight downside too. If anything, I really do think that this thing is going to come down to around 29% again and bounce from the gravitational zone before the 14-day gets there. Okay, so keep your eyes on that target, right? Because this is suggesting a very, very, very slight downside before a reaccumulation here and likely regaining entry inside of the channel again. I'm referring inside of the triangle. Sorry. Right, so, and still, you guys, I do have some topside targets to look at beyond this point, right? So if you are able to kind of get along the market 702, the topside targets for now, right? I'm talking about range trading here, right? Immediate short-term trading. That would be a bounce of about, let's see, around 13.5% to the NOT 382 at 798. Okay, the topside target of that would be respectfully the NOT 618 Fibonacci ratio to the right of the screen, right on the neon green at 0877, and that would mark a 25% play. That would be essentially the resistance of the triangle itself, right? So upon breakout, you guys, I do think that we can actually reach up to the zone of about 11 cents, which marks about a 56% move to the upside. But TTOO, for some reason, just looks just massively bearish, right? So today's biggest pre-market stock movers, what is going on with it, right? I don't even know what could be going on fundamentally with this, but there is a reason why there could be this gnarly reaccumulation here for a big upside. Okay, so as it's kind of showing here, okay, you guys, but be very careful, okay? Remember that creating bear traps is a difficult thing, right? Because bears pile up at once, meaning that if the bulls really do feel that bold of creating a bear trap when they're going to start piling in leverage, like that means that that means that the bulls they know something we don't, right? So or the bears don't. So yeah, guys, keep an eye on this, because this may require a pretty tight stop located at about I'd say around 668. That's kind of a wide stop too, but just because there could be a lot of volatility coming in. Okay, you guys. So now yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some other tickers, right? We have FNGR to take a look at here. So, oh, nice. So FNGR reaching back down to the zone that we were speaking of, right? So this is that support zone we have here, 277 to 261. We're already getting a rejection from the inside of that, right? So that was kind of the implication here. We cannot fail a daily candle closure or 12-hour beneath 265. Okay, so, or if to be fair, it actually is 262, right? Literally the bottom side of this target. Oftentimes I find my entries at invalidation points. So 261 right here could be that bottom side. Closing a minimum 4-hour candle could actually introduce some downside here to our previous loading zone of 210 to 205. Okay, so FNGR is actually still looking very bullish to me. And remember that I did say that we caught the re-entry of this channel here. So likely we would break out and then come back and test the supports. As that's typically the play, right, you guys? That typically is what happens within price action. So, let's go ahead and continue on here. And so GTI is still lingering around that same area. We need to take a look at ticker symbol MGOL. We still have CISS as well. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and pull those up. Guys, thank you so much, everybody, for coming by today. Please make sure, do me the favor, right, of hitting that like button, hit that notification bell in the just in case you're curious of whenever I'm streaming live or whenever I post a video, which is usually every day. Okay, you guys, so thank you so much for that, team. I very much appreciate all of you. Let me go ahead and refer to the chat real quick before we get on MGOL and see what's up, right? So Sherry, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your congratulations. The Bled saying Arca be stacking those companies soon, dude. I hope so, man. I really do hope so, because that's crazy. You're just the stock market is interesting, giving you money like that, man. It's just literally paying you for trading and paying you for knowing what you know. It's a boundless sector. Oh my goodness, right? So Dang It Boy saying awesome, man. Thank you, my brother. Sebastian Lim, your long COSM after your FNGR after your fingers squeezed. Oh, dude. So hey, man, you know what? At least you're in the money right now, right? So currently sitting at 320, very bullish, guys. We spoke about this potential upside just yesterday, right? So very, very happy to see that we do have some consistency in the plays even still. But still, you'll definitely go to Twitter and be like, you didn't know nothing, Arca. You are the short seller. You're the market maker. I see you. Right? So, guys, I'm not the market maker. I'm in Palmdale in a house. Okay, so I don't think market makers are at any houses in Palmdale. All right, so Palmdale, California. Oh, man. So let's see. Sebastian Lim saying NVOS broke the 15 zone. Let's go ahead and go back to that real quick and see that. Nice, man. Yes. Very, very much expected, right? We got that entry right from the zone that we were talking about, 1440 to 1462. Immediate bounce to the upside. If you guys were able to take advantage of that, of that zone there, then actually it wouldn't be from the price action low. It would be from the suggestion. So here, to about this point, you're about 4% up on the day. Very good. Okay, so, and it's actually leading the way pretty nicely, because remember that we're looking at what? It's 8:30 a.m. right now, right? So as we approach 9:30, 10:30, that's when we start getting some serious pushes to the upside, and also some resistances to bring some downside in others, right? So yeah, I'm pretty bullish NVOS too. Right, so anyway, let me go back to the MGOL ticker, because that's where we're going to continue. But let me continue on with the chat as well. Right, so let's see. Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much, my brother. And Sherry, I got you, Sherry. Thank you. So now it's Rungsat saying woohoo, yeah. So guys, yeah, look at moderator Samantha actually reaching out to everybody to hit that like button. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sam. So now William Bone saying GTBP, is this play still valid? Still dropping to 301 today. Well, yeah, why don't we pull it? I still have a couple to look at, right? But let's pull it up anyway. So let's load the master layout and GTBP. Oh man, yeah, I'm not for GTBP. Yeah, sure. Daily plays may have ebb and flow, some downsides, right? But I'm not looking at the day-to-day price action on that like the way you think. I'm actually seeing that in a month or two, that price is going to be inflated. So, in other words, kind of gathering some GTB right now without over leveraging ourselves, right, for a good run. I mean, this thing could be a 100%, 200% runner. Who knows, right? But it's the possibility is there. So GTBP is the ticker, right? And we'll go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so on this wow, this 8-hour candle got a huge rejection from our resistance top side. Damn, holy crap. All right, so yeah, we'll see it for sure. Anyway, you guys, I think that was it for the chat, right? Good. Yeah, let's continue with the analysis here. So yeah, let's go ahead and look at MGOL and see what's going down here. Okay, you guys, so first of all, yeah, let me just look at the daily time frame and see the overall behavior from this. Yeah, just a few months ago, this thing actually IPO'd. And it went to about 1661 from an open of about, I think it was $6 or something like that, or $5, right? Well, let's see, the opening was $8.60 actually. There was a lot of collecting. Man, it's just that guy super famous. What's his name again? The really it's the good looking soccer dude, the Spanish guy, right? He I think he's the investor or the person who funded this or something. I forgot who it is, but he's very famous in the Latin world, right? So yeah, Messi. I think didn't he fund this or something? I didn't do too much research on that, but I think he's part of the reason this thing is just so bullish, right? Yeah, Messi, man, he's a very talented soccer player. He is the GOAT. That's right, man. He really is. That guy is super serious about his craft. Man, I'm thirsty. All right, so price action very much leading the upside right now. Let's find out why. Let's see some moving averages. Man, look at that daily silver cross happening, and that happened on June 12th. Okay, so that's very bullish for the asset. Very likely why we started an upside as well. So from here, we can't even see the SMA 200 because it doesn't exist since there isn't enough data here to create the first data point of the 200-day simple moving average. So we're gonna have to rely on the golden cross from the shorter time frames, potentially the 6-hour. Right here you go. You see the 6-hour has created that golden cross as well right over here on literally the same day, Tuesday the 13th of June. We got a golden cross on the 6-hour. Let's see if we've got it on the 8-hour, if we have enough data to see it. Oh yeah, we just got the golden cross on the 8-hour. I don't think that we're gonna be able to, you see your 200 is starting right here. Right, so as we go up the time frames, you're likely going to see it disappear. The 12-hour is where it's kind of gone, right? So we might start seeing here next week or the following week the first data point of the SMA 200, and then it's going to get very close to crossing on the daily time frame. As soon as we get a daily time frame cross, then that's where you want to start looking at things. Okay, so I don't want to say this just yet, guys, but we could have marked off the high of day. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a clear bearish divergence of volume versus price. Okay, so what you're looking at right here, declining volume with price inclining like this, that is a bearish divergence, right? So there could be a top side found for reaccumulation. Another thing that we can do here is to see that the top side targets per this symmetrical triangle were realized. Right, this is what I'm speaking of right over here, and it actually played out, very, very nicely. Right, so just like this is essentially that triangle that we looked at. Right, we literally got this thing, the base, right at the tail end of the apex, right, and then it bounced to the upside. So let's see what that target could have been. Right, top side of the top side of the triangle to the very bottom side to get the price objective for a psychological target, right? So let's apply it to that point of breakout, which is this candle here. This suggested a top side of about 349. Okay, so if we do want, there's a range here. It would actually be between 335 and 349. So let's draw that in there because there may still be a chance to fulfill that, but the high of day may very well be in too. Okay, you guys, so let's keep that into consideration here too. So 349, right? So just like that, we now have the range of resistance that we could be looking at. Let's see the immediate short term. Could be downside already, right? Actually, no. We have an upside pivot on the stochastic momentum indicator 30-minute time frame, right over here. Increasing volatility, by the way. So let's see the hourly time frame. Okay, the hourly still has downside, and the bi-hourly still has downside. Yeah, so man, if we do get a potential upside here, it's going to be relevant to the shorter term time frame. So we could get a wick up to the top side of either 325 to 349, right? This zone here. But like I said again, the high of day may likely be pressed in already. So reaccumulation here, where would we go? Let's see. Well, we can speculate on that actually. So we already reached the bottom side of about 283. Okay, so 283 does have a range, and it would be particular to the space. To between these two candles here, right in this area here, which also has confluence with this top side right, this wick high. And also the present moment, the 282 that it dropped to is this candle here. So this candle here has a top side of 283. That's likely why the price action stopped right there, and then it continued to the upside. Okay, so that's so now that actually makes a range for support, just in case we do come back to that area, right? So 282 to the space between those candles that we talked about to 277. Okay, so this now marks off kind of the chop zone here, right? So if we are going to start making a new leg up of validity here, then so be it, because it's going to be good for us to validate this zone before continuing to the upside. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Okay, you guys. So M goal actually does have some pretty substantial upside suggestions starting from the 4-hour, but know that the 4-hour time frame is the 4-hour time frame into the 12-hour, maybe even to the daily time frame may already be overextended. Okay, you can see here that even the daily time frame is suggesting a downside. So that daily time frame downside that we're looking at here to the SMA 14 is very good because it's in the gravitational zone. So potential bounce from the gravitational zone and the SMA 14. Okay, that we get a nice bounce from there and then continue on to the upside, which is why I'm thinking that maybe by the end of the day today, or by the early session on Monday, pardon me, we could get that touchdown to 277 or to 282, right, before a continuation to the upside. So that's essentially what I'm looking at here for M gold. But yeah, I'm pretty bullish this asset, man. And this, it's getting close to one of those points, man. Getting very close. In fact, the next area of resistance is really close to us, man. That would be the space between I'd say 412 to about 430. Closing a daily candle above 430. Oh man. This thing can just literally slide on up to $16, man. Of course, the resistance would be 857 first at the opening of this candle here, right? And then the price action can literally just slide up to that previous high of $16. So keep an eye out on this, right? So you know what? I'll just mark off that zone where we can look for the daily closure above, right? So 431, right? So yeah, closing a daily above that 431. Ooh, yeah, man, that's a clean route. Okay, you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it for ticker symbol MGOL. I hope that helped, my brother. I hope you are in the money right now, right? So let's go ahead and move on. Let's look at ticker symbol CISS and see what is up, right? So this is the ticker that I said that we may actually have to look at in a shorter time frame because it just IPO'd, right? This thing actually came out on Thursday the 22nd. So Rungsat, not a problem. You're very welcome. Okay, so this is, could it be considered the end of this formation? Because this is an Adam and Eve formation, right? So, and that happens when you're doing this kind of price action like this. So it just so happens that we don't have the opposing side of this zone here, meaning this triangle here, right? We don't have that because no price action was there. But we do have this to look at, right? So this trajectory here that you're looking at is typical to a formation called Adam and Eve formation. So I mean, it could be a bearish formation too, because this would essentially suggest that we would break, below this zone, test that area as resistance, then come back down and continue to the downside, right? So we're getting a correction here though. So price action is leading to the upside from that bottom side that we could have failed, but we didn't fail that, right? So, and in fact, it actually didn't fail it in a very specific way. It didn't fail it even though it marked a lower low from the 30-minute candle here. This low is 286, and this present candle here is 281. So if it had already broken market structure, then why didn't it continue? Right? So, I mean, obviously, the people buying versus selling is the average of the position of the candle, right? So if everybody was buying and selling, then it averaged down to 281, to where we maybe meant to average to about that 285, was it? Let's see, the low of 286. So I'm not saying that this is the invalidation of this bearish formation. I'm just saying that we have to kind of keep a close eye on what's happening here, right? So 30-minute time frame formation is already looking clear too. So this is kind of that regression that we're seeing, right? This thing here. So in reality, this could be building a larger time frame triangle, right? So if it is a larger time frame triangle, then it might be a 4-hour, but we're not seeing that shape just yet. Whenever I start covering tickers that have very little information or historical data, my ability gets really shot here, you guys, okay? Because I rely on previous price action to determine where higher probability targets can be in the future, right? So I'm not actually getting that here. So just take it with a grain of salt, okay? So I am getting an oversold read here in the 30-minute time frame. In fact, it still has a little more downside to go. Let me see the 15-minute and the 5-minute, right? Okay, so the 5-minute is making an upside here. That's going to likely start bleeding into the 15-minute time frame. And what I mean by upside is on the stochastic momentum, right? So we have stochastics with an upside pivot on 5-minute. 15-minute is starting to show a little bit of that reaction from the 5. Let's see if the 30 gets it yet. No, 30-minute has still a downside to look at, which could be indicative of testing back down to this area. I would say, first of all, the space of about 296 to about 281 before a recovery. And I do think that we could face a resistance at 315 from the current price action. From that 315, then we could start looking at those bottom side targets yet again to reload and then take it to the long side. Okay, you guys, I'm sorry that I don't have much information from here, but that's kind of what I have to work with, right? So, I mean, look at your MACD here in the 30-minute. It's barely printing anything. It's, I mean, I know that we can just base it off of, I am basing this actually just off of price action, just raw price action. But that it's very challenging to do that, guys, because oftentimes, like I said, oftentimes things are better looked at when you have historical values. In other words, we're just kind of gambling the higher probabilities instead of having a more educated, higher probability. So, yeah, keep your eyes on that ticker symbol CISS. Be very careful if you're trading it presently, because at any moment, this thing could actually capitulate too. All right, so MS, not a problem. Very, very happy to help. And now, so IRNT popped? Really? What? No way. Let's see. So I do remember some people talking about it, right? I do remember some people talking about this ticker just about 2 or 3 days ago. IronNet. Man. So yeah, this is remember, guys, we've been looking at this for quite some time too, and I think it was the buy daily channel. So I think, yeah, there we go. So it was the buy daily channel, and this resistance that it faced is very much the top side of the channel, right? So huge. You know what? I never actually saw this here, but what I was indicating is that we could potentially make a move to the upside and face resistance anywhere in this zone here of about 38.93 to 41.12. Price action essentially capitulated and then bounced to the upside and met my target. So that is huge price action there. So now the buy daily time frame has actually, let me see the daily to see if it has anything there for us. Nothing other than the fact that we are holding support from that 23-cent zone. All of these candles are relevant to that 23. Okay, so yeah, guys, I think for a while there I was actually covering our IRNT live almost every day. So this is why we know so much about the ticker. So it's still in play, right? It's still within this channel. So this was a bear trap, obviously, right here. The bears really thought they had it, and the reason I can tell you that is because the price action. Oh no, from the breakout. No, man, look at that! Wow, this was absolutely in play. So the way you get a price objective from this is that you take a candle from the breakout candle, which is that one there. Right, you take it from the top side of the channel to the bottom side, apply it to the bottom side of that, and you get a target or an implied or an objective, right? The objective target was 1369. We got 1362, right? So this was already kind of telling us that would be a higher potential. That's very nice. Okay, so it did play it fair and square. But to be very honest with you too, this is a bullish formation. So what the hell is it doing? Well, we can speculate on that as well, because this may not be a channel anymore because of that downside. This may be now descending broadening wedge, right? So the way you can look at that is just like this here, right? So you can see that. Let's see if we have every connecting. Actually, it would have been down here, but that means that I may be looking at it incorrectly. Hold on. It could be this zone here too. I see it. There we go. It was actually support from this candle here. Let me zoom in. The support was from this candle here, right? And then you have your confluent touches right here, right here, right here, right? So all of that marks off that bottom side, right? So and very curious too that it would take it to the zone of where the channel broke out of. So this in other words, this is just a converted play. This is it changed its present view, right? So this is now the new resistance that we're looking at, just like this right here, in respects to these touches right here, these contact points, this one right over here, and also the support touches right here. Right, and yeah, I mean, you see why. You can see why I chose this area here. So now the topside target for this formation would be located at the genesis of the formation per the playbook rules, right? So that would be 48.52. We're at 23.81 right now. So let's draw a trend line at 48.52 so that we mark off the top side of this, the top side of the channel, right? Of the wedge. Sorry. So 14.52. We'll just go ahead and mark off just like this. And now, oh, what the heck? Why didn't it come out to 14.52? Why is it 14? What the hell? 48. What is it? Here we go. Oh man, I can't get closer than that. It's supposed to be 48.50. There we go. Damn it. Okay, check this out. Very close to us. 46.52, 3 spot 618. So that gives us a resistance range now. Okay, it is following some pretty nice market geometry. The top side of this candle here, very much in line with that 3 spot 618 as well. Okay, so now that I would have to take this candle into high consideration. So that would mark off our resistance zone between 46.04 to that top side that we just spoke of, right at 48.52. Just like this. Now we have the resistance zone that we can look at in an overall picture. Right, you guys, so this is looking bullish. It's looking like we're about to hit a breakout. So we have test number 1 of the resistance, test number 2, 3, huge capitulation, test number 4, and a true breakout on test number 5. We're on our way to test number 5 right now. It's playing the golden rule of 3, it's playing the geometrics, it's playing the psychology all together pretty well, right? So is there now, this is 7 days ago, so we don't have anything recent as far as fundamental catalyst, unless someone else knows something, right? So let's see. Man, so Cryptic Trader came in. What's up, brother? Good to see you here, man. So, ¿qué pasa, Arca? You're saying done with my day trading. First red day of the week, but still a very green week, dude. Awesome. I mean, bro, look at the heat map. Damn, bro. So lots of red in the day right now, right? So, yeah. I spoke to. Remember, man, we in the I don't know if we gotten there just yet, but Fridays and Mondays are the most bearish days, right? So keep that in mind too, my brother. So, but you know, man, we play it to whatever the charts are suggesting. Another thing that I have to mention here, you guys, before I forget, is that the price action right now fluctuating between the area of the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio, which is 2194. And right now at the resistance that we're facing at 2373, that is the golden pocket, all right? So that golden pocket is a very bullish area to sit in. Very likely for us to catapult to this, man. And I'm not saying that we can reach this today, but there is a high probability that we can touch 2833, okay, which would be the top side of this of the wedge. Resistance touch there, right, will validate the upside with the 0.618 conversion from resistance into support, and then a bounce to the upside. To fulfill the 5th test of the breakout from this wedge. Okay, you guys, so I am still bullish IRNT. I see why this thing is exploding, right? It is following traditional market trading rules. So I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, you guys. So anyway, TTOO is another ticker that we have to take a look at, right? Or did we not already? Let me see the 12-hour time frame. Right. Okay. So yeah, we did look at it. So 12-hour time frame. I'm just going to remind you, suggesting we are potentially at that support level, right? So let me look at the daily one more time. I think that was the one that showed us that it could be. Yeah. I remember this now. Okay. So yeah, we could be at a floor, and if we are able to face a very bottom side here, then look at 702. Right, but this is already indicating that we could be finding that support here, and we're going to start making our trek to the upside to face the resistance levels of about 797 to 876. Okay, so keep your eyes on those targets there. And we already spoke about, did we talk about GTB? Yeah, we spoke about this thing too. It actually reached the top side of the target on the 8-hour time frame, and I'm not saying that we expected this, but that we had the resistances there for a reason. What I am liking here is on the 8-hour time frame, we have a downtrend, right? Really clear downtrend, and we're starting to print this inverted hammer. That usually presents a bullish reversal, especially the fact that you're getting inclining volume and particularly green volume. Okay, so if this, man, I would really love for this to actually drop a little bit further, and it'll create an even bigger hammer, which would actually be great. So now, the fact that it is on a tiny little green thing like this, I mean, it's still 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go. It's either this, or I would prefer it to go a little bit lower so that I can print a very small body with a large wick. That would be a very bullish inverted hammer, and then also it's a better hammer too when you have a larger body down here with a huge wick. So that's showing potentials of a reversal coming in soon. And the other thing to remember here is that this is also a breakout play, right? So it's starting to indicate a potential breakout from this broadening descending wedge. So in a broader perspective, this has a huge potential. And oh man, I hope that's not the case. Oh, is it man, is it really making that? Let's see. I just kind of saw this from the corner of my eyes, and I want to make sure that it isn't what I think it is, right? So let me see here. Could it be an ascending channel, and we're already resisting from this? Okay, this very well could be an ascending channel. This is our reversal signal, meaning that we're going to reclaim the inside of the channel. Potential resistance touch at about 53.22, which just so happens to be the high of this candle, right? And the top side of this range. That resistance range would be ideal to come back and validate the newly converted resistance from this wedge into a support before we can bounce and continue on to the upside. Okay, so there's a lot of trickery in this chart, right? So, and the reason why I can say again is that resistance all the way up here is because on the 8-hour time frame, that's kind of a distance. In the 8-hour time frame, we have that resistance coming up in the SMA 14 with an upside pivot. So that's kind of one of the reasons I'm looking at it. 12-hour time frame is indicating the same thing as well. But just know for a fact that could also be the resistance again at 36.54. This is a substantial leap, right? But we have to kind of observe this. I'm not able to tell you just yet like this because we are at an inflection point here. Okay, and I would say that the inflection point has a range. Or I can just be really clear with you like this. 27.44 is your critical support. Failing a candle here with an 8-hour or 4-hour minimum, 8-hour or an 8-hour candle, that would introduce a deeper capitulation. Okay, so, but we're already getting indications that this could be the reversal point. This is it would be aggressive of a day trader to enter these targets here. In fact, I do not consider this as any type of a confirmation for entry. In fact, I would wait for the upside and then wait for the support of the channel to then take over, right? So that would be honestly my entry. And then we would look at a move to the upside, thus creating an ABCD. Okay, so you just got to know the play. You just got to see how the price action is behaving. Keep an eye on your volume, right? We're clearly upside of the average, so things are looking good. Things are looking not bad, but we just have to be careful, right? You guys, present support right now at the SMA 58-hour. Check it out. Right. Let me get rid of this. And this is that moving average right here that we're getting as support, right? It's getting a little convoluted right now. I get it. My goodness. So many freaking lines everywhere. But yeah, we're right at that support touch right now. Okay, you guys. So now we can actually 86 this out of the way, right? We don't need that anymore. and yeah, good deal, guys. So that is it for GTBP. All right. So now let's see what's going down here in the chat. So yeah, let's go back to the broader markets, guys. Let's see what's going on. And okay, so GTI is still holding that 85, like we said earlier, right? So, and man, it's just such a slow day here on the broader markets. They're not continuing. I really want them to continue to the upside here, man. Come on. All right, and ticker symbol APE still looking absolutely bullish, man. This thing is up substantially on the month. Sorry, so. And ticker symbol VIRI, that's another one that we saw, right? I'm not sure that we actually got to see it just yet, but we can now. Let's see. VIRI, so Virios. Okay. Oof, it's below the entry that we talked about, but we also knew, oh my goodness, look at that. Yeah, that was just yesterday. It actually met the target. Damn. From the triangle here. Let's see. Are we starting to reaccumulate here? Are we starting to make an upside? So Cryptic Trader is saying Messi sucks. That dude with we were talking about him because of the ticker symbol MGOL. I think wasn't he the one that funded that thing? I'm not sure. I don't know the fundamentals behind that, right? So, but MGOL is actually looking pretty bullish. So I went over that play for potential entries and take profits, right? So let's get a sip of water here, you guys. What up? And what time is it? It is 8:55. It is 8:55. And, oh, man. Okay, let's see the immediate short-term time frame. Let's bring up the tools here and see what is up. All right, so, what's up, Timmy123? What ticker is that? How are you saying something? Is that either Sui or, hold on, let's see. So downside on the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. That's looking a little bearish. It's also crossing beneath the SMA 14 on the 30-minute. Let's continue. Hourly time frame also crossing below with a downside pivot here. And then bi-hourly has an upside on stochastics, and the 4-hour also has upside on stochastics. Oh, okay. So, guys, this may be a very limited downside, and it could have already floored. Let's see the 4-hour one more time. Ronaldo, that's right, guys. Yeah, I think, man, I'm gonna be honest here. I think this floored already. I think the floor was 161. I mean, the immediate short-term timeframes are still suggesting a little bit of a downside here. So I guess we could revisit the zone of about 161 again. But yeah, I think that would be it for the bottom side. And seeing the time at about 9 a.m. as we approach that 9:30, I think that this is actually going to start recovering pretty nicely. Especially into 10:30, we may actually see the top side of 177 to 181 today. Okay, as I know we already that's the high of day already, right? So now the previous high of day is actually sitting right here. So let me see. Yeah, the previous day high is 184. Okay, so we still have that range. So literally from 161 to 184 is the overall range that we're looking at for today. So yeah, getting long the ticker within this zone here is actually not too bad, right? But that would introduce a potential, I would say at the very top side, 11.5% move from the current price action. So that's another pretty successful day trade there. Okay, so let's see. Have you reviewed FNGR? Yes, I have, my brother. And but that doesn't mean we can't go over and look at it again, right? So FNGR was located right over here. And yeah, check it out. This is we're expecting this right here. So if we can get that touch, remember we broke out and we actually reclaimed the inside of this channel here. So I'm thinking that we can have a range here, 261, right? We're already in the first average area, the 277, right? Current price action is sitting at about 260, 270. So, beyond 261, a potential wick to around 252 to validate the support side here. But it's looking like the higher probability would be. Actually, I'm not even going to favor that, guys. I'm just going to tell you 253 to 261. That could be a very nice area to get long this ticker, and I am still bullish on this. In fact, it's creating a new ABCD strategy here, so that's going to be a nice area to kind of trade, right? So. Cryptic Trader saying Maradona is the best Argentine player. Damn, dude. Oh, man. So, yeah, you know what? My dad is a big fan. He definitely is. So yeah, man. That's what I'm looking at for FNGR. If you're looking at entry 253 to 261, man. And then I think that could potentially be a pretty nice play to the upside. That could introduce a gainer of about, let's see. How many? We have 4 hours to the close of this candle. It may reach it. That would be about a 50% play to the upside. I actually do think it could be. If we get a 50% play, that would be about a week long, maybe, depending on the price action, right, and on how volatile it is. So, saying, haha, I'm your age, younger, I think. No. What I meant is that my family watches a lot of soccer. I don't. I like motorsports. So I actually watch a lot of, I would say just motocross, right? Supercross and motocross. I'm a huge fan. I used to race back in the day too. So this is actually presenting those fractals over and over and over again. There could potentially be 3 or 4 waves of this, right? And that could actually imply a top side of about 441. So that's a massive gain there, man. Huge resistance at 441 to about 460. But yeah, that probability is there maybe in a week or two. As FNGR is looking very nice here, man. It's just squeezing, right? Very cool stuff. It's approaching, man. It's approaching 261. So I'm looking at 253 to 261. Remember, so it's at 266 right now. I would already have my finger on the trigger, or I would, no pun intended, or I would already have my limit orders in. Right. So let's see here, and what we have to keep an eye on something else too. UFC and American football on top, man. UFC, yeah, you know what? My dad also watches that too. I tend to watch it sometimes. We were actually just watching the women's UFC last weekend, right? And man, some serious talent in the women's league too. Arca, thoughts on LUCY? Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Right, we haven't seen that today, and there's no fault in pulling it up, right? So let's see. Remember, guys, this is another reminder from like what we were talking about yesterday. Usually about this time, 9 o'clock, 9:30 to 10:30, that becomes kind of the slower area of things to where they start kind of recovering little by little, and then volatility comes in at around like 10 o'clock, 10:30. Okay, so that's often when I start to close positions, because usually the some of the pre-market entries tend to realize at market open or by around 9:30 a.m. or 9 a.m., somewhere around there, right? So we're going to look at LUCY real quick and take a look at what it's doing. Oh, so, man, yeah, we were looking at this chop zone, right? So, in fact, the resistance level that we were looking at was here. Man, surpassed it hugely. What could it be? Oh, no, don't tell me that. Let's see the shorter time frame. This is looking like a dead cat. No. Could it be? Let's see. Upside on the hourly. Bi-hourly upside as well. Let's see the 4-hour momentum. Showing a little bit of weakness with contracting volatility. 6-hour and 8-hour are pivoted towards the upside, as well as the 12 hours. So there is a potential here that the price action can reach 91.13. I know that's a bit aggressive too, right? Or overly conservative, it could be considered. So if we can reach that 91.13, then there could be a pretty nice play here, as you would likely see a resistance touch back at this range, 95.47. So if you are able to play that range, that would be let's see, that would be about a 5% gainer, 5.1% to the top side of it, right? So, I mean, at a 95 cent valuation, or 94 cents, I don't think I would trade this range. I don't think I would actually enter the market until I can get a better confirmation. But yeah, my eyes are set right now, for now, to the target of about 91.13. And let's see. Yeah, the shorter time frames are suggesting that downside coming in. It's pretty strong on the 30-minute too. Okay, so I do have to admit though that we are very close to that support. Okay, so if this is going to use the support from the SMA 14 on a 30-minute, then I would have to adjust that downside to, I would say, the range. It's a different range. I would say it would be right here, just like this. 92.12 to about 93.10. That could be the immediate short-term entry, right? So just in case you're curious, right? Lots of confluence within that zone there, right? All these candles here, and also the resistance of this top side. So yeah, keep your eyes on this, okay? I like all sports except underwater basket weaving and women's soccer and WNBA. LOL. Dude. So, oh man, it's just sometimes it's so. Oh man, look we already got the entry. We already got entry number 1 at 93.10. Okay, so this is the first average here. The next average would be at 92.12. Okay, so yeah, it's very likely trying to put that in. Man, 30-minute time frame already. Look at this. 30-minute is failing the SMA 14 right now. So yeah, there's a higher probability now to reach 92.12. So this is what you want to see. You want to continue on with the price action. I mean, just because it failed, it doesn't mean that it's gonna continue, right? Because of this here, right? So, but there is a higher probability now in observing these targets down here. So keep your eye on that, okay? So as you know, we're gonna have to pull out of this chart pretty soon. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly, but Daniel Kelso, yeah, TOST. We'll go ahead and look at that, my friend. So lockup saying GRPN. We'll get that in. We'll get that in too. And yeah, this is what I'm gonna say. So last name Alvarez, is that Joanna? And we'll look at SONN as well. SONN, actually, it's a little safer for us to look at real quick because it's already established, right? So, man, I mean, we were looking at the high of day today. I'm sorry, we were looking at the upside today, right? Based on a reaccumulation period. We have a resistance on the 12-hour time frame. This is still indicative. I'm gonna have to favor this, whether it be today or Monday coming in. My next target would be 90.51 to 93.21. Jana, yeah. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, for ticker symbol SONN, that's what I'm looking at, right? Right now, the reaccumulation phase is starting. It's all good, but I really do think that by come Monday or Tuesday, we can reach that top side of 90.51 to 93.21. That'd be pretty sweet. Pretty nice move to the upside, even still. Okay, so I'm saying that we could face a strong resistance there because that's the Fibonacci ratio, the 1.618, and it's a golden mean. Very likely for us to find a pretty strong pullback to test the area of 77.47 as a current support, and then we could actually continue on to the upside to look at specifically the targets between 106 and 114, 2.272 and the 2.618. Okay, keep your eyes on those targets as I do see some higher probabilities within that, right? This was just one huge reaccumulation event, right? So this is literally reaching this top area as a supply. You have a huge distribution here, right? So then you reaccumulate. We're going to accumulate, and distribute again, right? Short term, and then accumulate again and again and again, and then the next area. So that you see what I'm doing, right? We're getting that higher high structure and lower and higher low structure. So higher highs, higher lows is pretty bullish. So anyway, yeah, let's come back to the chat here and see. So Daniel, yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and take a look at that ticker, my friend. So what was it again? TOST? So TOST. Let's see. Actually, let me look at. I've never actually seen this ticker, by the way. So I'm gonna kind of 86 the tools there and see what's. Oh, I have looked at it before. I do not remember this. And I don't even remember why I drew that. Okay, so let's see. But I really don't remember this at all, but it's using the supports here. So that's pretty nice, right? At least we're consistent with that. But I want to know what the behavior is. Like, what is it doing? What is it trying to create here? Oh, I see it. Damn it. Okay, so it's building it's building a broadening wedge. That's what it is. Not a right angle, not a descending or ascending. This is a symmetrical broadening wedge, right? So to the likes of this here. So it's a typical formation in these markets here, right? So this is expanding price action, man. This starts to get really dangerous when you start getting these long waves. Frequencies just become really wide, right? So at this point, let's see if we actually reach to the low of day. So actually, we were very close to the previous low of day. So that's marking kind of a little bit of a tweezer bottom there. We could actually get an upside from this. Okay, so let's validate. Okay, let's just validate, because if there is an upside to this has a resistance, a first side of about 2378. Actually, the resistance range would be 2337 because of this massive gap here, right? So we'll take that into consideration. So let's just say 2340 to about 2377. That would be a very relevant area of resistance to face, right? So in other words, I'm giving you a potential chop zone here. Okay, so the difference there, the price action would be essentially getting long one zone and getting short the other, right? So this is a huge range. You're looking at 12.37% to the bottom side and a potential 14% gain to the very top side of the range, right? 14.08. So that's pretty good. LOL of Ham likes pickleball. What? Who the heck is Ham, brother? Anyway, man. So, if we can get stuck in this zone, that'd be cool, because it's a range trade, right? And that would be consolidation before an upside continuation. So, I'm just eavesdropping on your conversation here. Pickleball is basically old man's tennis. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've never actually heard of pickleball. What is that? Dude, what the heck, man? I'm telling you, man. Good company here. Good people, right? Geez. Anyway. Let's come back to reality, okay? Freaking spaghetti getting all over the place right now, guys. All right. So, anyway, let me pull up the tools. Let me pull up the tools and see what's up. Immediate short-term time frame, 30-minute, right? And just a quick little reminder here. We are currently still under heavy fire. Take a look at that, right? So huge red on the day. All right. Anyway, so here we go. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear about? Lockup knows it already. Oh my goodness, guys! I was gonna say, did you guys hear about that incident? That I know you must have heard it, man. The submarine incident. That's. Oh my goodness, dude. That's not only sad, but it's also ridiculous. Like, I feel so bad. I feel so bad for the families, but damn, bro. I mean, like, what? Like, what are you trying to get in that tube for? Like, why are you going down that low in a tube? Bro, that really sucked. That sucks so bad. So Ham loves pickleball. He's an elite. He's in an elite club. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, that's. I was following it for some time, for the better part of this week, and I was just thinking to myself, like, how did you why? I mean, you're going the depth of like 14 Eiffel Towers. That's a long way down. I mean, huge drop, right? So Barbara Young saying one of the passengers was a Titanic expert. Yes, I remember. Yeah, that I think he was probably in his late 40s, maybe 50s. That I think he was blonde, right? Oh man, that is really sad, you guys. If you didn't hear about that, that's they paid for that. So yeah, they did. They paid like $250,000 each for that sub ride. And I heard also that the 19-year-old kid did not want to go. Man, he was only 19 years old, the son of that other guy. He made him go. He said he didn't want to originally. There was the one dude who saw the sub and said, hell no. Damn. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm talking about, bro. You are literally making a decision to go to the freaking Titanic in like a soda can. You know, damn. The wife of one of the passengers is no way. Is a descent of a Titanic victim. Damn. That is terrible. That sucks. There are only 10 subs certified to go to that depth. That sub was not one of them. Clearly not, bro. Wow. Ah, dude. Can you imagine leading up to the moment that where you're just like, there's no more oxygen here, man, and you're just sitting in this 6 foot wide tube, and you know that you're worth billions of dollars and not a single penny can do anything about it? What, man? Wow, that sucks, you guys. That really sucks. Anyway, we gotta make some dinero over here and hopefully reach those statuses, right? It's called oxygen starvation. Yeah, I would say, man, that anxiety must be real. Man, I would have already been sweating bullets. Oof, that is not cool, you guys. So, yeah, coming back to the Wolf is finally moving after BTC. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, Wolf is Wolf, Riot, and Emma. Let's see, MARA. Those are the Bitcoin miners. They're gonna likely ride with it, man. And I really do think that Bitcoin has several thousands moved to the upside coming in. So what is going on there? Cryptic Trader saying, let's get some dinero and we can make Arca sub and rent it out to Dirty Mayo. Man, don't be telling me nothing about that Dirty Mayo guy. Lockup saying, I sweat in any small space. Dude, I actually like confined spaces. I like to be like kind of held. If it makes me feel like safe. Samantha saying, I watched an ER doctor explain what the symptoms would have been. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is so sad. So terrible. Yeah, I heard it imploded, Cryptic Trader. Damn. And I think the process of the pressure, you know what's crazy is that pressure must have just burned that thing up. Literally like on fire. Like, I mean hot. Smoldering hot, like lava hot. Rob Zombie, what's up, man? Good morning, Arca. Have you covered COSM? It looks like it wants to move a little. Yeah, man, we've actually been looking at it the entire time, right? So, here it is. Yeah, we already faced likely that 321 was probably a high of day, but we also have to wait for the time to kind of reach 10:30 a.m. and see what it's going to do here. Because the good thing is that the longer we stay upside of this Knot 618, that's a good thing, right? We want to make sure that we can keep that Knot 618 here because we're bouncing right from the golden pocket. Remember, my top side target is still about 328. We spoke about this in yesterday's video, so everything is looking pretty good. Anyway, so that's the loading zone that I'm looking at for TOST, right? If you can get long the market 2032 to 2083, you can potentially bank on a 14 to 16% move to the upside and kind of cash in, right? And let it consolidate one more time because it's showing that we may actually start a trend here, right? So it would be entirely dependent on the psychology behind the play. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty good, right? So, yeah, so let's see. Lockup saying ride an elevator packed and break down for an hour and see how safe you feel, dude. Not cool. So John, yeah, I would not. Nope. So John Peterson saying can't imagine the smell inside. In fact, I think the anxiety would create people to start, I don't know, maybe vomiting, pooping, all kinds of stuff. And imagine the bathroom in that. Like those bathrooms are not meant for you to go and poop in, right? Those are just as good as a bathroom in like a motorhome. They're, you're supposed to put a bag in there and throw it out in the trash or something later. Man, that's not good, you guys. That really sucks. It's just, but still, how the hell you made that decision? How the hell you make that decision, man? You're gonna put your son in this little tin can and go down like the depth of like 34 Eiffel Towers? Like that's enormously irresponsible, guys. And I mean, literally $1.5 million like just wasted, right, in ticket fees. Is there a public ride to go to the Titanic? Like, I'm talking about a certified ride, like with actual professional people. Is there like something that can take you there, like you know, the military or something, or is that just not ever going to happen in life? No, damn. So you start to hyperventilate and attempting to swallow air. Wow. So still people go to space and live there. I am damn, bro. I mean, both of them are just, man. I mean, the underwater. I'm talking about depth, like huge depth down there. That might as well be space for us, man. We don't even know what's down there, right? So Barbara Young, Daniel's saying professionals aren't that stupid, right? My goodness. So Barbara Young saying supposedly that the implosion was instantaneous and that they never knew and didn't suffer. Physically, right? So I think that there would be a severe psychological suffering there, though, leading into that moment. Like, you know that you're running out of oxygen. You know that this little thing is not going to go back up anymore. What happened to the fail safes? Like, you know that these things would have like sandbags that would, pressure the craft to the downside, so you can release sandbags to get this thing to go up. There's several ways, I think. Yeah, I think the safety metrics. I don't know if I don't know any of that technology, but I would assume that there are some very manual ways to kind of recover. And I'm surprised that it didn't take any of that into consideration. They found it like 1,600 feet from the bow of the ship, right? Is that the very tip of it, the front, where Jack and Rose were chilling with the arms out, with the song, right? So. It was made in China, the sub, yeah, and the submerger. What is it called again? I forgot what they called it, right? But there were no fail safes, dude. Damn, bro. Talk about budget. And yeah, Philip coming in with a smiley face, dude. Oh my goodness. Anyway, you guys, let me go back to the chat here and see what's up, dude. UCAR is at the loading zone. Hell yes. Is it really? Let me go back. Yeah, man. Yeah. It just surpassed the loading zone yet again. All right. So this was the bounce zone right here, man. Dude, and I do think that very likely we face that high of day at that take profit from our range number 2. Man, it's incredible how for sure this would be the entry zone, man. It's just a lot of the times people try to gain entry into this area thinking that we have still a further upside. While we do, it may not be pertinent to the immediate short term, right? So around 1,600 feet from it, man. I hope they saw it. And I also heard that it may have been a window, at least, in the bathroom. A tiny little, like, 5-inch hole or something. Other than that, the visibility would just be screens and stuff, right? So at that point, you would beg to ask, like, why wouldn't you just put on the beginning of the Titanic movie where it shows that we're diving and going deep into the waters, right? And you're just like making the ship kind of shake at a shallow area and really not go there and just kind of like just fake it. That was a serious mistake, man. Damn. That was YOLO'd, right? So it's like, why though? What do you just want to say that you have that kind of pull and that kind of cash to go in to say like, yo, I saw the Titanic, bro. I got money, right? Is it status or like, what is the, I mean, unless the people, those billionaires were actually that big of enthusiasts, then I guess I'd understand why, right? But like, why? What else? Right? Yeah. Philip saying I'd rather go in VR. Yeah. Oh man. And now Josh. Oh guys, let me go ahead and say goodbye to my wife. She's going to work. Just a sec, team. Hold on, just a moment. All right, team. So today's lesson: set your stop losses and never go to the Titanic in a tube. All right, so damn, man. So I was gonna read this. Josh Peterson is saying, I have a feeling there's more to the sub story. No comms, no tracker, GPS or other, but I mean, yeah, that's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. So, and not the first time wealthy people went missing and pronounced dead. That's wow. That is pretty insane. So today's lesson is don't go in a crappy sub. Set your stop losses and don't go in a tin can to the Titanic ever, you guys. Okay, I don't care how many billions you have, right? Don't try to flex on the world like that. Just damn, brothers. I'm really. I mean, it's such a terrible tragedy, right? But I for some reason can't help but to just admire how fucking stupid that was. Like, damn it. I mean, the kid had sense, man. He said no. Like, what? Like, I don't want to go in that. And he's like, and then his dad's like, oh, you're punished. You're coming with me, right? So like, man. So the founder of the company was one of them. What? Ocean Gate. Right? So also when you get rich, don't buy an old crappy plane. So you're rich, but not rich enough to get a really dope plane, right? So you get a crappy one? Oh no. Oh my goodness. Can't you get one actually for like $50,000 a propeller, single engine? Right? Let's see. I feel bad for the yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we ripped his life. It's way too early, right? So he was only 19 years old. He didn't even get a chance. He didn't even get a chance at literally anything. Did he even date anyone? Had he even gotten his first kiss? You know, like that sucks. So no, my dad used to own a plane. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I heard that you need about 45,000 hours of exposure to create your license. I am down. I want to so bad. So man, he never got laid. Oh man, you never know with these kids, man. 12 years old, already dipping. All right, so that rate is exponentially growing, man. So that sucks, guys. But anyway, so we need to come back in to what other tick? Let me just view the broader markets because I think okay, all right. We're getting a little bit of a tick up to the upside. Damn, it's just, can't we ever just get over 40 on the damn TQQQ? I really want this to already propel. This thing is gonna print the moment it reaches $42 for me, like right here. That is my strike for my options. The moment I'm upside of that $42. Oh my goodness, things will triplicate. So he's also he also has a VFR. That's very cool. I only know about one. I know about two pilots, one of which is a master's student of mine, right? So he was actually an Air Force pilot, and he was also a retired American Airlines pilot too. So he's one of my master's students. So he's one, and I know a personal friend. He's younger. He's about 45 years old, and he also has his pilot's license, right? So, single jet, like just a single engine. He doesn't want to get into anything more complex, and I can imagine why, right? So, yeah. So he actually came up to me and he said, "Hey, so I'm a pilot. Do you think, do you think that this course could be okay for me? This is what I do. And I'm like, yes, because you're a pilot. Yes, because you know the system, you know the process. There's always a sequence to follow in order for you to make sure to deliver a safe flight. So that sequence, which is, I mean, zero tolerance from any company that you work for. That is actually that is the reason why I said that you could benefit from a trading course, right? So single engine prop planes take about 50 hours of private pilot, 50,000, right, or 50. Or was it 5,000? I forget those numbers. So Steve, thank you for letting me know that. Was it 50 hours or 50,000 minutes? Or I don't know how the hell it's figured. But just 50 hours. Oh, wow. But so it gets infinitely more complex as you start reaching double engines and stuff, right? So yeah, just 50. Well, I mean, completing 50 hours does. I mean, that is consistent timing, right? So assuming that you don't have a job, sure, you can complete it in a month, right? But but if you do have a job and you have other responsibilities, you can see how that can extend into like 6 months. So I have 30, but quit just before solo flights. What, Steve? Man, come on. How can you do that to us? I was about to tell you, post the pictures. I want to see you flying. But now you're actually joining here in the Arca Bull, so we can fly a different type of plane, right? We're gonna fly the rocket ship to the moon, right? Anyway, you guys, yes, let's go ahead and look at that EUDA real quick for my buddy here. Did you ask me for that ticker, by the way? Let's see. Where is it? Don't go in his plane, says Cryptic Trader. EUDA for Ollie, what's up, man? Of course. Let's see. What is EUDA saying to us? Yeah, guys, usually around this time the trade gets super slow. Super slow, man. 9:30 to 10:30 is that little gap of time to where people usually kind of leave their desks, reposition, reevaluate their portfolios, and then prep for the next volatility zone, right? Which would be around the 10:30 a.m. area. So let's pull up the daily time frame on that EUDA and see if we have any potentials for the coming hour. It's already making a very nice reversal here. That could very well be the floor. Okay, 101. My dad used to take me to local airports in Southern California. Catalina, let's see. Oh, nice. The Catalina approach is insane. Yeah, so that's nothing but water for a few miles, right? And then you have land. Commercial pilot license is more like 5,000 hours. Oh, I think that's where I was getting things confused, Steve. That's very cool. So historically speaking, guys, the daily time frame 101 level that you're looking at here. Wow. This is thank you for bringing this up, by the way. Okay, so and I think I have to keep this. I have to keep this in mind here, because not because it's going to make a move like right now. It's because it's this beaten down, and it's healthcare. So what I'm basically saying this is because these rundown stocks are likely going to start making some pretty nice moves to the upside. And right now, the price action is in a very, very curious spot, because this is usually like that shakeout before an upside move happens, and this is the shakeout from a particular formation too. This formation being this right angle triangle. So just like this, right? So the trade is a descending triangle, right? But mathematically speaking, it's a right angle triangle, right? So this would be the bottom side of the formation right over here. And let me just make sure that I can. My OCD gets the best of me, right? So because I often try to make my line straight, and I don't know why I do that, right? It's just these little tiny quirks that I have, right? All of us have them, right? But it's no big deal. So let's see. If man, that's a long way on a daily time frame. If we're even suggesting that, let me see if I can get closer. This feels like it's wrong. So maybe I should take into account this trend line here instead. Let me get rid of this. And guys, this is how I practice, by the way, right? I will try to invalidate and validate why, or just what's the reason behind my my thesis. Is this really what the best that I can do? Is this absolutely the sole purpose behind this formation? Like, what is it, right? So possibly, actually, very likely like this. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the formation is trying to break down, or it's creating maybe a liquidity trap here, right from the 80% to the apex of the triangle. So this the reason why I'm saying this is because we have that breakdown, we have the retest of the resistance to validate it, and then a continuation to the downside. If you want to play this as like I'm talking about, if you really want to plan this, then you would have known that target. So here, this is the breakout candle, right? The first daily candle beneath the support. You take that trend line from the top side of the triangle, and then you apply it to the breakout zone, and that gives you an implied or a price objective of about 105. Price action came down to 101. Okay, so that's it's playing out pretty nice. And if we want to be critical, some people tend to favor the other candle. So it would be this one here, the one that closed beneath that support, this one here. So now upon placing that to the downside, it gets even closer. So that's suggesting 103, and we got 101. So within the range of the traditional support, it happened. And I think this is why we're getting that rejection now. So this, in other words, may try to reclaim the inside of the triangle, test the top side of about 144, resist, back to 126, and break out finally. So there are 3 targets to still look at this. In fact, I'm still thinking that the triangle could be, as long as we have candles starting to print below the support, then that becomes a bigger invalidation. But I still think the triangle is relevant. Because this could be playing these could be just games right now. Okay, so the other targets are figured like this. So the bull set number 2, center of the triangle, trend line from the top all the way to the bottom, right? And then you apply this just like you did the other one, right? So you apply it to that supposed area of breakout. Let's just say that we were to break out on Tuesday the 27th. That would give us a 215, sorry, as a resistance zone. And that would, guys, you always should take into account a range. Don't take a solid target, right? So the range meaning these candles down here could present a pretty nice opportunity to also take into account, right, as resistance range. Okay, so now the third set of bulls would be the top side of the triangle, otherwise in mathematical terms called the hypotenuse, right? So then you take it to the very bottom side of that triangle, and then you apply it to that same area for breakout, right? So you just move it to the right ever so slightly, and you have a top side of about 287. This candle right here has a top side of 289. The closing of this candle here has a valuation of 276. So everything around there, even the closing of this candle here, that's closing at 275. So we now can see that we have a potential range between around 275 to the top side of the psychological target, which would be 288. So this is how we start to gather these higher probability targets, right? Based on prior price action or historical values, and the psychological components being the take profit zones from the traditional trading rules of how to trade a triangle, right? So that's now you know how there could be 3 targets to evaluate here. And the next thing to do here is just if you want geometrics to kind of play a part, then you take you can take from anywhere you want. There's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever gets you consistency, right? So yes, we did take a look at M gold, but I can retouch on that, right? So 168, we can take a fib, right, from the 168 range high to the range low of about that 101. And you can see here that this target is very much in this 216, very much in line with the 210 of the 1 spot 618. The bottom side of this is 198. We have 186 at the 1 spot 272. So that's geometrically feasible, right? Now the 2 spot 618 here, let's take a look at that. We have it right at about 277, and the targets here are from where? 275 to 288. Geometrically speaking, this is also abiding by those rules. Okay, so the market geometry is there, the psychology is there, and the historical price values are there as well. So this is turning into something that could be actually a pretty nice play. Seeing that we're already reaching critical oversold percentile in the daily time frame stochastic momentum, that brings higher probability of finding a floor or making or suggesting that the 101 is that floor, right? So let's take into consideration our shorter time frames, right? Like I'm talking about micro time frames here. Let's go into the 15-minute and the 30-minute. Let's see what we have. So you see that there's a drastic increase of volatility here in the 30-minute, right? So and then we're starting to correct a little bit towards that upside. That means that the 5-minute and the 15-minute are probably pivoted towards the upside already. Let's see the 5-minute. So the 5-minute time frame is downside, my goodness. And in the 15-minute, we have an upside. Okay, so there's not enough strength right now to make this pivot towards the upside right now, which now makes me feel that we still have a little bit of downside to go to 103. Okay, 103 to 101 bottom side support and bounce again. Guys, this is huge. This is a huge downside. I really thought that we could have that upside already pivoted from the shorter time frames, but the buy hourly is showing that upside too. We have upside and downside and upside and downside. When you start to get that usually shows consolidation, right? So In other words, the bears are trying to see if they can take this another ladder down. I really didn't want to say that, but it's okay. Let me look at the 6-hour time frame and the 12-hour, but I think the sweet spot may actually be the 8-hour. Let me see the 8-hour one more time. Jeez, man. Okay, so yeah, it's facing a few ladders right now, so I'm going to show you what I mean, right? So let me get this tool here. We have this being the ladder 1. This is ladder 2 here. Ladder 3. This is and then of course, like we always talk about, ladder 4. This is when people start getting very bullish, but sometimes it's not that. It could be 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, or 9. Anything above 4 is fair game, right? So this would be your number 5, and this is number 6. But what is known is that when you start moving beyond 4, beyond 5, that's when the probabilities start favoring you as a long position trader, right? So the probabilities start favoring your side that there could be a bounce coming in soon. And although I can kind of see it, I'm not entirely sure that we can bottom out, but I think 101 may be retested again. 103 to 101. Current price action right now is 106, and with a huge downside on the 8-hour here. So yeah, guys, I think I would keep an eye on that 103 to 101 yet again, and see if we can actually touch that support down one more time. Again, I'm not sure that it's going to do it right, but EUDA is very beaten down. I have to keep this one in mind. Thank you so much for bringing it up. It's actually very challenging too. So let's see what else we have right here. So no, even when you get to the airport, there's a canyon right before the touch point. Oh, I'm sorry, you were talking to someone else. So Josh Peterson, have you looked at M goal? Right. Yeah, I told you that we can touch down on that one more time, right? So let's do it. Actually, it's right here. All right. So yeah, we got the. I want to see if we actually. When did we get that? Let me see the 30 minutes, 15 minute. Okay, so we got the touch here a couple hours ago to 283. We were looking at a reaccumulation here. So what I'm marking off here is actually a range that we could be kind of, I don't want to say trapped in, but I want to say as a consolidation zone. This would be the validation area, right? So bottom side of 324 to the top side of 349. This essentially could be our overall range of trading before we can actually break to the upside. And now please remember that I'm looking at this on the 15-minute chart. So those are pretty fast candles. They won't BTB keeps going. Damn it. We're going to have to look at that. So this I am looking at upper targets here, but it shows that we have to kind of look at the price action here. We went to the top, right? We actually capitulated pretty strong here and then recovered and started consolidating. So we did that same thing here too. Capitulated really strong and then started consolidating and then next leg up. So that's what I'm saying that could be happening here, right? So we could be consolidating here. We then could get a very impulsive move to the upside somewhere of about, I'd say, to the resistance of this level here at about 380 per this resistance zone. So 380 resistance, come back and chop around again, and then next leg up and then chop around again. So that's kind of what's happening. We're only in the second ladder up. So this usually tends to go for like 4 or 5 ladders up before some type of correction, right? So I'm still bullish the ticker. So this is looking not bad. 52 to 75. Are you kidding? Damn. That is huge. Gotta go, folks. Y'all have a blessed weekend. Appreciate you, Arca. 100% content is phenomenal. Thank you so much, my boy. Be safe, be well, and I'll catch you at the next one, right? So, actually, dude, I'm very curious to look at it. I'm dying to look at it. That's going to be ticker symbol BTB. Let's see what it's got. What? Oh, my goodness, man. Let's see. EUDA, right? So that's BTB. That is Bit Brother Limited NASDAQ ticker, right? So, oh man, this thing was beaten down too. Way beaten down. Oh my goodness. So 71 cents sitting right now, still has upside to go too. 8-hour time frame getting that pivot. Let me see what the 4 hour is looking like. 4 hour just started his upside. Get out of here. No way. Let me see the short term. Where's the entry? 15 minutes should have it. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the 15 minute has the downside here. Let me pull up some averages and see if we can. Oh man, that's that's kind of low, but I guess it's possible. 63.53, right where the SMA, right where the EMA 7 and the SMA 200 on the 15-minute meet. That's a potential zone. And I'll give it to you like this. It's a range too, okay? So it just so happens to be in the spot between these candles, which is perfect, right? So let's just say, actually, let's correct the pivotal point. So 63.01 to the top side of these tweezer top here. And that would be 64.92. This is where I think price action can come down to. The SMA 1, the EMA 7 actually just moved to a resistance range, right? So, and the SMA 200 just kind of met back down here to the zone that we were looking at, right? Here we go. Price action rejecting. Let's see if we can get that entry zone at 63.01 to about 64.92. Get long the market here. And short-term scalp, let's see. We can actually get long the market, this target here, and then lead to a potential 12.5% gainer real quick. 71.04 exit, right? So if you want to take it to the top side, you can do that too. That's an 18% move to the upside. I would be happy with a clean 10 to 12. So if you're going to play the immediate short term, remember I'm suggesting paper trading here. You guys want to keep retail safe, right? So yeah, I'm looking at a scalp play right here. We can we'll mark it off. We'll mark it off just like this. Check it out. So let's get the tools right here. Where's the long and short positions? Man, are you kidding me? What happened to my tool? Okay, I guess it's not there. Damn. So let's do this like from right. You know me, man. I always favor the bottom side of the target. Well, not always, right? Screw it. Let me just do it from here. And let's see. So the take profit would be located right. Let's just say this zone right here, right? So for a potential 9.5% gainer, and your stop could be set ever so slightly below this wick here, marking a 4.32% stop loss, right? So we want to get that. We want to gain entry right in this zone here, okay? To, let's see, 9.4% move to the upside. Okay, so I mean the risk reward is a little, right? It's whatever. I'm sure that if we take it down to this level here, ever so slightly under it, then it makes some more sense, right? So now we have a better risk to reward ratio, and we also have a 14% gainer with a possible 4. So we're willing to risk 4.4% for a 14% gain. So that's it's doable. TTOO with a little spike. Let's see. Oh, you're looking at an immediate short-term time frame, right? You're looking at the very, very tiny ones. Let's see. 3 hours to close this 12-hour candle. We really need to recover here. Let's see. TTOO did a little spike from the triangle. Nice call, my man. Bears and bulls still fighting hard. Yeah, dude. I totally see it. So, yeah, for sure, this is the accumulation zone, right? If we still have some more downside, I'm not sure that we do, because if you look at the 12-hour RSI, look at it. It's at support. And also in the gravitational zone, too. So I mean we can always fail it just a little bit like this here and then reclaim it, which would then be indicative of touch to 702, and then we could actually recover here. But I really do have to express some urgency here on this 12-hour, because this is a bearish engulfing kind of printing right here. Right, you definitely don't want that forward candle engulfing the previous green candle, right? So that would indicate a potential downside continuation, which would honestly put risk to this bottom side target, and then you would be reaching an inflection zone. You would be likely bouncing from the area of about 669 at the bottom side of this wick. 4-hour closure beneath that 0669, whatever that is, would indicate a continuation to the downside to potentially 6. Or lower to maybe 591. So keep an eye on that target right here around 668, right? That is an inflection point. That is an invalidation zone. We don't want to clear anything. We don't want to close any candles beneath that, especially the higher term ones. I'm thinking maybe 4 hours. Josh Peterson, not a problem, my brother. Always happy to help, right? So now TTOO did a, let's see, a little spike from the triangle. Nice. Oh, yeah, I already saw that. Good deal. And yeah, in respects to, okay, so we're still not getting that entry we want, but remember that there is still this. So 15-minute time frame still suggesting a downside. Look at the space here. The space of the RSI signal versus the SMA 14. Where's the SMA 14? First of all, in the gravitational zone, right? We're facing that downside. We'll face that support touch there, and then we could bounce from two areas of support. This is why I'm saying that there is a higher probability to face this bottom side of 64.92 to 63.01, and that's an area that we could potentially get long the market. Right, so keep an eye on that, right? So this is oftentimes a day trader's life is just to wait for the setup, right? If it doesn't meet it, then, you know. Another reason that we could come back and validate is this simple reason. Okay, let me just pull up the tools here, and I'm going to remove my EMAs and also my regular EMAs too. Okay, so now what I'm left with is the, oh, actually, you know what? I thought it would have been there already. In fact, the 5-minute may have it. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the 5-minute has it. We have a golden cross here. So that's, see how the price action got that golden cross right here, right? Right at the cross. Then the price action got very bullish and suggested a continuation to the upside based on the strategy, right? We have a, let's see, death cross right here. Price action came from this point to this lower point here based on that death cross, right? Of the inverse manner of the golden cross. What's good here is that we have upside on volume and also upside in price action. So this is leading to a potential. I'm thinking that volatility could be entering here. Damn, man, the studio is hot. Yeah, summer is here, you guys. Let me turn on the air real quick because, geez, it's getting a little tough. Oh my goodness. Oh, another space call. My goodness. That gets a little tough sometimes, guys. So, yeah, let me just turn on the air real quick because I am kind of cooking. I'm cooking. You know, screens in front of me, computer on, just talking. It gets a little, you know, suffocating. So, and also let me look at my sun. It's already 9:51. Let's come back to this right here, guys. So, okay, yeah, we're getting that bearish price action. I still am gonna favor that, bro. I'm gonna favor 64.92 to 63.01. I'm sticking to it, and we're sticking to that play. So let's see what's gonna happen for position entry and all that good stuff, right? What do you mean? No. What is happening? Making life complicated here just to see my son over the camera. Come on, man. Oh, the guy is still big sleeping. Let me actually. Nice. It's a very good temperature in his room. Good. All right. So anyway, you guys, I want to see what the broader markets are doing now. Are we still bearish? Man, look at that. Still holding. Still into 39. At least it's not 39.01. It's 39.54 this time. SPY sitting at 434.60, showing signs of strength ever so slightly. This is what I'm kind of banking on here. Take a look at the support level. RSI on the buy daily, right? So we could have potentially found that bottom side already, and that could be in line with the actually, if I pull up the EMA 7, then that would bring a higher likelihood there. So let me see. I can display EMAs just like this, and I can get away from displaying these moving averages and get away. Come on. No, I have to display EMAs and get rid of the custom EMAs. Okay, and let's look a little deeper. There we go. So this is the EMA 9. This is the EMA 7 conversion into support, right? Very good, and it's leading to the upside. Come on, man. Come on. Good deal. I love it, guys. The broader markets are looking not bad. I know that there's a serious amount of resistance there, but also it's a very slow time too. Not a problem, my brother. Very happy to help. So now, Badar, what's up? So, hey, Arca, just a question. Do you think PIK is over for today? Possible entry. PIK. I'm not familiar with the play myself, but let's take a quick look at it, right? So PIK. PIK, that's going to be this right over here. Wow. Let's see. I can show you a couple things that can indicate an end, right? I'm going to use the 8-hour time frame actually. Let's see. Hold on just a moment. Just hold it real quick. There we go. Okay, this pivot here. Let me see versus the RSI. the RSI, yeah, from this point here, you have momentum making a higher high. And also from that point there, which is this bottom side candle, right? That is making a lower high. This divergence is a hidden bearish divergence variety. Okay, so that is usually followed with a downside, right? So in fact, you're getting several drives of it. So this would be another one right over here. So lower high, and then you also have a higher high. There's several areas. This is another one right over here too. And that would be this spike right here. These are 3 drives now of hidden bearish divergence. That is likely why this price action is leading to the downside. And a lot of people are thinking that this is the loading zone, but let me see. Let's take a look at it. Okay, the 8-hour time frame is responsive right now to an upside, but let me see the 30-minute. And we'll move onwards and upwards, right? So 30 minutes suggesting downside. Resistance from the SMA 14 with an upside pivot though. So let's see the hourly. Upside pivot, but the RSI is suggesting downside. Okay, so if we have the hourly suggesting downside, the support is the SMA 14. Let's see. Oh, that's a huge distance away on the buy hourly. No way. Could it actually do that to people? Okay, so I think the true loading zone here, and this is me being probably a little too bullish, right? But 104. Let's see the range. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. You know, buy hourly is very small. Yeah, I would say 92.18 to 104 is a loading range here. And let's see what the moving averages are. Well, take a look at that. You have your EMA 9 right at that zone that we're speaking of, right? So that could be the actual loading zone. And this is such a massive candle. I can't even take into consideration like previous. Oh, I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I could from, you know what, maybe even from this point here. So let me see if I can take a fib here to back it with some to back it with some geometrics. I'm actually going to need more room. Oh man. Yeah, I can make it work like that, but no, I'm going to see if I can actually take the overall range. So this high to the very low. Price action went just upside of the 3.618. It resisted just under the 1.272. Current price action is at the 2 fib. Okay, it's actually working with geometrics pretty nice. And the bottom side targets that I'm talking about, 104 to 92. Check it out, 1.618, 104, 1.272, 93.65. So I'm sticking to this. I do think that the demand zone would be better located here. So there's a lot of bulls right now trying to enter thinking that this is going to go to the upside, but I still think you can get it cheaper. And if there is a potential of a wick to the downside here, then there is one more, and that's very particular to this zone here, 84.87. I'm not sure that I can get down that low, but I'm still going to point it out. Right, so that's very close to the 1 fib, right, 85.19. So we'll go ahead and put it right at that 85.19, and it would be particular to this gap here, right, the bottom side of this gap. So, or the top side, sorry. So that would be the second area to consider position. So, I mean, it depends, right? So if you're meeting entry within this zone here, you size up, according to the plan. Right, so if you do feel like you have a better opportunity to look at targets down here, then yeah, you have the EMA 21 located right there too. Right, so these are the 2 higher probability demand zones that I can see price action reverting to. And the reason why price action is not capitulating right now is because everybody's still massively bullish. So this is literally FOMO happening before our eyes. Not a problem, brother. If you do gain entry from this area, the obvious targets for take profit are 141 to obviously 177, right? So we can keep it like that for you too. 141. Top side of about 177 right up there, right? And that would mark a pretty good play, actually. Let's just say you longed here. Price action goes to the upside to that take profit zone. You're looking at 35% gainer. It goes to the top side of the range. You're looking at 70% gainer. Okay, so now if it goes to these bottom side targets, to the ones that we're speaking about, right? This one here to that top side of the resistance is a 52% play, and you're looking at a potential 91% play to the upside. This is playing huge with volatility. Okay, so I would be very careful here, because I mean at these prices you can mangle this thing around like crazy. Okay, so yeah, that's it for PIK. That's kind of my thoughts behind that. So everything looking good, and yeah, look at this, man. Still actually trying to fall here down to the targets for a long position. This is essentially what we're looking for, right? 14% gainer with a risk of about a 4% loss, right? So maybe. Let's keep an eye on that. And the hedge fund killers, what is up, brother? What's going on with Veri? Let's go ahead and take a look at VIRI and see what's going down. I think I actually had it in this. No, I had it on the PIK ticker, right? So let's look at VIRI real quick and see what it has to offer, right? Wow, man. Moving below. Let's see what's going on on the daily time frame. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Remember that I was speaking about this target here, right? If we failed this one, then our next target to look at would be the invalidation zone, which is oftentimes, a lot of the times, they find entry within those areas. So 155 could be the target to look at here, right? We're right now converting the EMA 21 into a resistance. So that resistance may very well lead into this demand here. So if we have that touch down to this area, that would be amazing. 155 would be a great entry point. And in fact, the 155 is a range. So I can give it to you like this. Look, check it out. So 155 to, I would say, about 153, right? So if we can long the market here, then there could be a pretty nice move. I'm talking about very short-term moves too. Let's just say you got entry from that top side, right? You come back to the resistance, 9.5%, right? If it makes it to this top side here, you're looking at about 13-14%. This is it's pretty nice. Okay, so and Veri is not showing signs of capitulation. It's showing signs of reaccumulation. Because this is just whatever happened from this run here to this top side. This is the distribution of it. Right, so now we're likely going to start reaccumulating, but yeah, it's let's just be reactive to whatever is happening right now, man. The freaking markets, dude, this is really not recovering. Still staying red. At least Apple is not, it's 0.02% to the upside, right? But hey, geez, look at this. Meta barely getting that. Meta is barely getting that recovery right now. But still, everything is it's slightly red on the day. Interesting stuff. Yes, keep an eye on those targets right there, my brother. I don't think that this thing can go up much higher than right now. Who knows, right? But still, I'm looking at this as the better probability entry. And likely this can lead to a pretty nice upside, right? So yeah, it already hit that target one time. So that's that was very bullish. And actually today's price action, it led to the low of about 158. So I mean, I think we spoke about this yesterday. The actual target that we were looking at was based on this falling wedge inverse play, right? So meaning that it would fail. So it did, and that bottom side target was leading to around 154, which just so happens to be right in the area that we are talking about right now, this trend line here. So if we're going to do that, I think there's a high probability here that we can wick down again, thus creating a tweezer bottom candle formation, right? These two wicks, and then price action can recover from there. That would be the bullish scenario here. Closing a 4-hour candle minimum. I would say minimum. It's with high risk to the bears. Ideally, closing. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Okay, I'm saying ideally for the bears, right? Ideally for the bears, closing a daily candle beneath the zone of 155. I'm not going to favor 153 because it's this candle here. This is the invalidation candle. So closing that daily candle beneath 155 would introduce the possibility to capitulate down to the area of about 144. Okay, so price action would likely start flashing momentum towards the downside. Okay, so be very careful within these invalidation zones. That's usually the area that I find the best entries at, but also the most dangerous areas. So you have to make sure that you have your risk management in line. Okay, so don't ignore it, right? Because this can seriously present some downside or some drawback to a drawdown, to your portfolio. So yeah, just know that that's essentially in play right now. So now if we kind of zoom out and see what the price action has been doing, this decline is very similar to this decline here, and I'm not gonna lie, this one is just a massive decline there, right? But yeah, all these runs had some pretty insane downsides as we go, right? They're returning more than 50% what they gained. So that's why I'm saying that this is probably still within the bullish side of things. And I know, and actually this looks like it's waiting for some type of news or something to happen. Why I'm saying that is because this could be the next chop zone to consolidate in before that decision is made. Right, so and now this allowing the newly found golden cross, this consolidation period can help the SMA 50 to reach higher values for the price action to come back down and test it, and then continue to the upside, which is what some people call, maybe in a Wyckoff theory, people call it as a terminal shakeout, right? A spring. It could be literally shaking out paper hands, right? So short-term traders as well. So triggering stop losses down to that zone. If you're not looking, right? If you're not looking at all the strategies, then you are likely to get trapped into these, right? So I'm thinking that this consolidation period can help the SMA 50 to reach a more comfortable zone. Hopefully to that 144 or 145 potential wick down to that shakeout, and then an explosion to the upside. So this, I do not see this as an end for ticker symbol VIRI. I really do think that there could be some type of fundamental metric waiting here. At least the public, right? The public could be waiting for that. Somebody knows something. If you guys know, you can go ahead and chat it up right here. But I have no idea of the fundamental metrics behind this. Which, by the way, it's another thing of it's another fact behind me being the newly hired data analyst for Cosmos Health, for COSM. I don't have direct contact with like the CEO or anything like that. Yes, he followed me and everything, but that doesn't mean that him and I are talking, right? So he just followed me is because he likes to see what I do, right? But I don't know, and I don't really care about the fundamentals of the company, which is, I think, why they considered me for the position. They considered me is because they see that I have just a strict mathematical outlook, and if the data fits the upside or downside, then I'm going to favor that. All right. So, and I do believe that they had their eyes on me for the better part of a few months, 3 months, 4 months of covering the ticker before they presented the offer. So that's just how I trade, guys. It's just based on higher probability events. Right, so I don't know anything fundamentally of really many assets. But there's still an edge there, right? So I'm happy with BTB. Arca got in at 55 yesterday, got out at 70 earlier. That's a great gain, brother. And why are you saying that we didn't? Yeah, we didn't catch that. I mean, it's still kind of doing it. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why. In the immediate short-term time frame, there could be that potential, okay, because of this. It could be this happening right now. So, and this is why I'm thinking that we can get long the market here, because there is a higher probability or a high potential here. I don't know what the second touch is going to be on the support level, but I know that now we have 2 touches of a resistance, and that validates a trend. But we're also in the 5-minute, and those things can invalidate pretty quickly, right? So what's to say that this candle reaches down here? Then that would kind of affect my support level down to something like this, and then this would extend like that, right? So then we would get a slightly different play. I just need the support bottom to be found first. Daniel Kelso, can you look at NRDS Nerd Wallet? Yeah. Is that a? Let me see. NRDS. It's a NASDAQ ticker, right? Cool. Okay. Yeah. Let's give it a quick whirl here and pull up the daily time frame. Okay. I see what's happening. Oftentimes, I do have to warn you here, oftentimes this formation tends to be a little bearish. Wow. That's a repeating fractal in two different time frames. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is a bearish formation, right? So this formation here actually has very confluent touches on resistances, right? So you have the major tests 1, 2, and 3. After test number 3, you get your capitulation event, right? So this would be, yeah, it's following it very nicely. Damn. Okay, so yeah, broadening ascending wedges have 3 tests before they face the downside, and it's inverse to the bullish tests, right? So in a bullish case scenario, you're looking at 3 tests of the resistance before a breakout on test number 4 to the upside. Inversely, it works just like that too. Test number 1, 2, 3, breakout on 4, retest, and then continuation. Okay, so the true target here is 777. Okay, so I'm saying this because there is already another very similar formation to this happening right here on a smaller scale, right? So that's literally what I meant by saying, oh, this thing is a repeating fractal, right? So just similar to this right here, right? We're getting close, or actually could be right here instead, and we could be failing it right now. So damn. And also it would be better looked at on a 6-hour time frame, or even a 4-hour, right? So yeah, this is essentially what I'm looking for. Let's see. So we have test number 3. Wow, we have a test number 4. That usually invalidates the bearish scenario. So if that's the case, then we actually are at support. Okay, yeah, if we're at support right now, there could be one more touch of the wave number 2 here. 1098 to about 1107. This would then come back here, but there's a high probability of this failing and or succeeding, because this is a bearish formation after all, right? So what I mean is by this, finding the support from this gap here, right? That would be the zone to look at before a bounce, testing the current highs, which is, by the way, the same situation as the resistance of this bottom side support. Eventually finding the resistance from the bottom wave number 2. We'll test the upper wave right there, and then continue on to the downside to fulfill the target itself. From here, I am not sure that we can actually continue to the upside or downside, but usually recoveries happen within that zone there. And it's also very reminiscent of the ladder attack numbers that I talk to you guys about often, right? So that would be ladder attack number 1, 2, we have 3, 4. So anything after 4, remember, starts gaining higher probability. So you have 5 and 6, and then you continue onwards and upwards, right? So this is playing a very interesting little play here, because this is repeating formations. Okay, so if you didn't learn your lesson on this one, it's going to teach you a smaller lesson here. Right, but yeah, so the target here that I'm looking for, sure, it could be insinuating 860, but the true take profit target for this formation, the larger one, is located at about 781, 783. Okay, so I think shorter term time frame upside before a failure, and then coming back down to test a zone of about 1020. Okay, so watch out with this. Okay. These are back-to-back for bearish formations. You don't want to be a part of that unless you're going short the asset. Okay, so if you're not short the market here, then you know you're playing with fire here. Okay, so be very careful. So Sebastian, oh what? No way. Let me see. Where did I even have it somewhere in here? Of course not. Let's go ahead and look. So LUCY. Did it actually fail my targets, or did we get into it? Let's see. Oh man, look at the freaking target that we talked about. Goodness gracious, So we were talking about a target down here, guys, of 92.12. Price action ended up rejecting heavily from 92 cents flat. So I was 0.0012% off. But that's always ideal, because essentially the bottom side of the target is where you kind of want to gain entry, right? And then price action actually guarantees your entry by failing just a little bit below your profit, right? Below your target, sorry. So if you did gain entry from the spot that we were talking about, right? We adjusted the target, right, from the 91.13 to the to this bottom side of about the 92.13. The reason why is because we saw the 30-minute time frame having more relevant or higher probability targets to look at. That's why we adjusted it, right? So just to be transparent here, right? So now if you were long the market, you are presently barely in the money, right? This is just about 1% up right now. Remember I was talking about avoiding the play because a 4% gainer to the top side here isn't enough for a 93-cent asset, right? So I would really like to see just further, just more from this ticker, right? Although it looks like on the immediate short term, it is building some type of formation here, right? I know that we said that there could be a possible dead cat here, but I mean, we were looking at these targets here as higher probability for bounces. I'm not sure what that means, but what I can tell you is that it's probably building a falling wedge. So, and that looks something like this right over here, right? Using that bottom side target that we actually just faced, this could be that wedge kind of in formation right now, right? So test number 1 has barely been shown. This test number 2 here now validates the support, right? So in this case, we could be converging. We could be looking at this for a bit and then boom, breakout. Okay, so yeah, let's just keep an eye on it. But I'm happy that it did meet the targets, right? So in fact, it not only met the damn target, but it actually moved to the upside pretty significantly before getting rejected from 95. So that very, very interesting, actually. Or did it? Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, watch your targets on this, man. Just watch it. So let's see. I got out at the top on that last run. Thank goodness. Oh, Daniel, that's good to hear. Same, Sebastian Lim. I think you ended up getting a pretty good profit on this too, right? Very, very good stuff. Lots of resistance above the 70 though. Yes, the Gaussian channel on the bigger time frames. Let's see that. So let me see, starting from the daily, what is the Gaussian saying? Are we actually, hold on. Let me pull it. I think I have it right over here somewhere. There it is. Okay, no, let me look at the 5-day. Oh, damn. What is the 3-day saying? Jeez. What about monthly? It's way above us or way under us. Oof. This is very tricky. Oh, there we go. That's where it is. Okay, so the bi-weekly time frame, yeah, temporary failure and regained the outside of it. We're literally in the process of validating the support of the Gaussian channel bi-weekly time frame. If, man, this is really scary. If it does present a potential downside, it could reach to 47 or 48 cents, right? So, but I don't how much time do we have here? Oh God, that may actually be a potential. All right, this is where the danger lays. Let me get rid of. I'm gonna put this target here first of all, okay? And then, but this is bi-weekly. So what I'm looking at here could be potentially in about 2-3 months. So let me get rid of the Gaussian channel now and show you this. Okay, so yeah, bi-weekly time frame is in the process of building a massive bearish engulfing. Okay, so if this thing closes, I'm talking about if this candle here that's going to close in 7 days and 3 hours, if it closes anywhere below 193, it's literally $1 away. Okay, if it closes anywhere below 193, that is a confirmed bearish engulfing, and this is highly likely going to continue to the downside and very likely going to introduce the potential of meeting the mean on the bi-weekly of 47.67. Okay, so but I am speaking about 2 months, maybe even 3 out the way. I don't know. So definitely watch out, because we want to play the ranges here between the short term. I don't know about trading this as a long hold investment, right? So what I am noticing here is that the engulfing candles are essentially being respected here. This right here in particular, this is a bullish engulfing, huge upside afterward, right? So. And, actually, this was not respected here. It was respected ever so, actually it dipped, right? This is a bullish engulfing, and price action just couldn't actually make it and reach to the downside. So I guess there's a 50-50 chance, because we are looking at this on the bi-weekly. So yeah, man. So was talking about BTB Gaussian channel. Oh, gotcha. It's good that we saw this though, man, because this now changes my entire perspective on Lucy. So this is dangerous. But anyway, yeah. So I'm curious about BTB. I'm curious about BTB's what is it called? The freaking the Gaussian channel, right? So let's just look at that real quick. BTB, and while I'm on the bi-weekly, I guess we can pull that up now. Let's see. Let me go up to the monthly. Nope. Wow. I hope not. And 3 month and 6 month, the semi-annual and annual, definitely hope not, because they use it as validation. Oh my goodness. And goodness gracious, that is an epic. Okay, thank goodness that it has 6 months to recover, right? Because that is an epic bearish engulfing. That is ridiculous. Okay, so anyway, let me go back to maybe the 5 day, the 3 day. I want to see where the Gaussian actually is resisting from. Oh, nice. Oh, man, we just started the damn 3 day iteration. This is a bullish engulfing on a 3 day. I'm like, when is it going to close? Oh, of course, 3 days. Let's see the bi-daily into the daily. Okay, this is where you're talking about, right? Oh, actually, no. Were you talking about 12-hour or what? 12-hour has a 79-cent resistance. And the 8-hour time frame Gaussian channel may have that 77. So beyond 8 hours, I wouldn't look at the Gaussian channel. I wouldn't look at anything under 8 hours. So I guess there is an implication here. There is a potential resistance at 77.51 from the present moment. Okay, so yeah, I think that trajectory is very much appropriate, and I think it's still heading towards that way. Let's see if I didn't let's see wrongly mostly are in the 70s. Yeah, I do think so, man. So this inflection zone here, this is particularly to the area of 73.53 to about 74.68. Yeah, the 70s are definitely an area of high resistance. 75.31 specifically right here. So if I'm going to give you a zone of resistance that's under the Gaussian channel, then that would be this. Right about here. Okay, 76.95 to 75.22. And opening up the Gaussian channel one more time, it's very confluent with that top side too. So from this actually, I would actually favor that. Okay, just ever so slightly above this candle here, 77.40. So this is the top side resistance level. Highly, I recommend getting out your position from this point here. Let it come back. Let it breathe one more time, because it'll likely come back to around 65 to about 64.01. This zone here. Reload and then try to combat and make that mean band at 82.61. If you gain entry here again, that would be a massive play. Okay, so and I'm talking about maybe a 3-4 day, maybe 5 day swing, but it would be for a great 30% run. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that, as there is a very nice opportunity there. Okay, so let me see these things. Oh man, yeah, IRNT coming back down to the targets that we were looking for. That's what? Hold on just a sec. Yeah, wow. It's trying to break out on test number 5. We wanted to start knocking at that door so that we can reaccumulate and finally break out. The entry zone that I spoke about, IRNT, was right down here, 21.94 to 23.77, prices at 23.92. Okay, and price already dipped into that area. So this is, it faced a low of 23.60. So it's already within the demand zone that I spoke of. This is very likely an area to bounce. Okay, so Let's see. AMGOL, yeah, but I still feel like it can reach down to this area. What's GTII saying? I haven't even looked at that in a bit. All right, yeah, GTII definitely found the bottom side that we spoke of. 85 cents, right? Here it is. 85.10 or 85. Actually, it's let me get closer to it. Let me just hover over it, and that's the low of 85.10. Yeah. So this is the spot that we were speaking of yesterday, right? We literally got the resistance where we spoke of, got the retracement, and now we're bouncing. Man, literally playing the same thing. Let's see. So TTOO on the move. Hope it can do what you said, right? So yeah, we were talking about that potential entry right down here, right? And then a push to the upside. So can it meet? What did I say? Did I say a potential resistance at 797 to 876? That's I'm thinking that I can actually do that. Support found here in the 12-hour from the RSI SMA 14. That's good. What are the broader markets saying too? Ooh, still pushing. Ooh, look at that. Check it out. There it goes. There it goes. Oh man, I thought I was gonna touch it. We're looking for a 782 resistance, but further from that, man, look at this. This thing is trying to push. Wow. Let's see. You said it should bounce from 72. Got pretty close, right? So this downside here came down to 73.6. Freaking ridiculous. Oh goodness, I hate it when they do that. Yeah, it's definitely pushing. It's knocking at that door. We're right at the resistance the initial resistance of 782. Right, so let's see, the top side of the candle right now is a high of 77.9. Right, so yeah, that's right at 780. So it's okay. I think that's just the normal resistance. We're likely to come back and test a 75 and then rip this thing to the upside. Let's see if it can get it, right? But yeah, this top side area here is a very strong area of resistance. But beyond this, yeah, closing the candles above this would definitely indicate a potential continuation to 797 followed by 876. Of course, I mean, this is what I mean. Look at the time. I'm going to remind you guys every single day that you start seeing the upside pumps on certain tickers. It's 10:26. I'm telling you, 9:30 to 10:30. 10:30 usually being that spot where we get the recovery, right? So, and this is how we're going to learn together, you guys. We're going to see this day in and day out. Market really quiet today. Yeah, absolutely, man. Super quiet. It's a little eerie, right? Everything is just really lingering at consolidation, right? So with the exception of a few small tickers here and there, but yeah, you know what? And it's not bad. It is Friday, and you know, we also got to kind of chill, got to hang out and talk and stuff, so that's good. You know, I'm not gonna complain over that, but yeah, TTOO looking pretty good on the day. Not bad at all. And let me see. Yeah, UCAR got UCAR is still within that bound zone, right? Damn, 756. That's a massive entry. That's amazing. 787 present. Okay, nice. SONN. Let's see what you're doing. Oh, man, still. Jeez. I mean, the good thing is that we're starting to react here on the 12-hour momentum. So that's looking good. I'm still bullish, SONN. You already not really? Dude, good job. Happy midsummer, y'all. Are we really in the midsummer? Isn't it just isn't it the 21st of June where the you know, summer officially starts? I'm not sure myself, right? So, and let's see. NVOS still holding nice. COSM, damn, it already made a new high, 324. It's sitting at 322. So damn, COSM is not COSM is actually not giving up. Look at this, guys. Check it out. The SMA 14 getting crossed by the signal. This is a bullish cross on a 12-hour time frame. Very, very good. My applause. And also that we're actually pivoted towards the upside now in 12-hour momentum. That's great news. And it's also very, very significant to this, what happened here, right? So it's just so happens that we're literally 1 day late from this iteration here. So what I mean by that is that this duration before we started pumping to the upside was the better part of about 8 days. And this one here is at 9 days, pumping to the upside. And similar formations, similar support levels, and also similar bottom sides to this macro right-angled broadening ascending wedge. Summer solstice, June 21, right? Yeah. In Sweden, I see. Oh, dude, what? You're in Sweden? Damn. That is way out there. Dude. So are you American or you're born in Sweden? Let's see. So I would have been really, let's see, reach if I kept playing SFR's range. Oof. Yeah, that's that thing made some serious moves, right? So autumn starts in September 21. Is it consistently all 21 days? You're born Swede? Nice, man. Yeah, guys, I mean, what can we do right now, right? Other than ride our winners, whoever got stuck in the bottom, whoever got entry from our zones that we spoke of, right? You're in the money, but you're also just kind of waiting around. All right, so GTI pushed upside of the 85-cent zone. It's near 87 now. That's good. How many hours of daylight? So I would say, let's see. I think the sunrise may be seen at around 5:55, maybe 5:45, I think. And then nighttime could happen about 8 p.m. So I would say about 13 hours of daylight. And that's actually a pretty long day. 13 hours of daylight is kind of huge. So morning Arca, can we check out Viri's chart if you haven't already? No, yeah, we've been keeping up with it here and there. Right, so if you're curious over what I'm looking for, I'm going to just give it to you real fast so we don't have to touch down on every single last detail, right? Creating a whole boring video. But I'm looking at 155 to 153 long entry, right? So right now the price action is holding very nicely above the EMA 21 on the daily. But momentum is still kind of pivoted towards the downside here. Check this out. We have the daily with a very convincing downside pivot. MACD bearish cross. We also have a bearish cross beneath the SMA 14 on the daily. Yeah, I'm still going to favor this. I'm going to stick to my guns. 153 to 155 could be the loading zone before this thing actually rips to the upside. Okay, so I do have to say, though, okay, remember that any candle closure, I'm talking about, ideally it would be a daily, but even a 4-hour can do it. A 4-hour candle closure beneath 141 can introduce a deeper valuation. Yeah, Tristan, got you, my brother, no problem. NVOS is trying now? Of course, man, it's freaking 10:30. It would do it, right? So let's give it a quick look. So NVOS, where are you at? Here we go. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, reaccumulation period. We got the upside here. This thing is set to resist anywhere between 1555 to 1583. That is honestly what could be happening. Actually, you know what? I would say, let me adjust that. 1555 to 1653. And that would be to this candle top here from June 6th. And also just ever so slightly to the upside of the 2.618 golden mean. So geometrically speaking, I do see the potential of 1653 being touched right here. Okay, I'm just gonna mark it off there just in case, right? So Philip saying Sun run up 332 to 20 down to 2207 today. SONN, where are you at? Here you are. So this is Friday here. The low was 6901. It's, man, we have actually a resistance coming up. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but a 12-hour 14-day simple moving average that can indicate a resistance top of maybe again at 82.79. You don't know the AM PM thing? Oh damn. Oh, I see. You're talking about you're in military time. What the hell is 2207? Is that like 9 p.m.? Let's see. Arca lost you. Arca lost your text contact. How can I get that number? Why don't you send me a DM? Who are you? Right. So you just have XX right there, right? I have no idea who you are, my friend. You have triple X. You have the picture with the X. That's actually pretty cool, man. Is your name? I can't even think of a name with an X. I know that it's a Z. Hope you and the fam are doing great. We're doing good, man. You know, we're over here just trying to hang on for dear life and all of the swings in a daily, right? So, 10 p.m. Gotcha. I thought it was 9 p.m. I've texted. Okay. All right. So I just I don't remember. So send me you meant LOL? Send me a DM, please, because I'm not, I can't post my number here, like in public and stuff, right? That would be heavily, no, that's not mine. And that's, that area code seems to be New York or something. I'm California. So the area code would be an 818 area code. So, but yeah, send me a DM and then we could discuss further and further. So that's wild. I would be happy with that daylight, but in darkness I get depressed. Really? I love gloomy days and rainy days and dark. But I also like the sun too, right? For my son. Sounds like a scam. I would have to be gone most of the year. Tristan Martinez. Man. What do you mean, like just to throw out like some random? It's like, bro, it's me, it's Alan. Remember from last night? You were at the party and you were wearing the shirt with the shoes. I knew you were the guy with the shoes. And also you're male. Oh my goodness. But yeah, so any Tristan saying, post it, Arca. Dude, NVOS just playing with emotions here, bro. That's it's look at this, man. 1538. I like it, man. It's just an inflection zone. That's tough. We have to get over that first. Right? Oh my goodness. Man, you can get it. So gloomy days, I get depression and and migraines. Oh my goodness, that sucks. You see at 155, dude. It's showing 145 on my end, right? I guess the inflection would be 1555. Vitamin D. Oh, dude. Man, what a slow day. That is crazy. Except for COSM over here just ripping life, right? The earlier part of the day was just way more exciting, and then it just turned into like just this dull moment. Look at that, man. I'm happy it's stuck at 322. I'm happy it's stuck there. That's a good thing, right? But geez, man. Hey, XX, where you at? So there's not enough vitamin D to cure migraines and depression. Oh, man. But there is enough water. Just don't drown yourself, right? So I oftentimes when I get a migraine, I just find that I just need to drink a lot of water. And I typically drink upwards of 64 ounces a day. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I would say no. Actually, probably close to 2 gallons a day is what I drink, including throughout the night too. Let's see. You car, damn it. There it goes. All right, yeah. So I mean, to be honest with you, I think the high of day is already printed, being the 865 top. This is likely to come back and test the 845, if anything, right? And I'm going to be a little more exact to you. So it's going to be 836 to 842. So that, I think, would be the target to look at here before a retracement. But what's nice is that if you did play the entry where I spoke about, right? So that would immediately, right? I'm sorry, to the present moment, you're at about 5.5% up So taking profit at the zone that I'm talking about would mark a 9.5 to 10% move to the upside again. So yeah. So just know that that's kind of what I'm looking at, right? Arca, I found it. I just sent you a message. No, that is not it, my brother. Hold on just a sec. Let's see what my toddler is saying. Oh, that big guy's chilling. He's big chilling. Yeah, the reason I'm telling you this is because there's probably been like 3 people that I've ever shared my number through the means of Arca. And that's because I want to make sure that I can keep my family safe, right? So I want to keep them away from this social presence. You hear him all the time, right? But he's there. Post your number, I'll call you, LOL. Let's go! Is SONN ever going back to the 50 cent? So SONN has we were talking about that earlier. So let's see. Oh no, actually that was Viri that we were speaking of. Ooh, man, if you do get 50 cents, let's just put it this way. If you close a 4-hour candle beneath 52, that can capitulate the price. Okay, that can really present some serious negative price action. That would be an entire invalidation of the current upside. While we do want it, we actually don't want to see 50 cents. But you know, and then I say it too. Oftentimes, I find my best entries to be within invalidation zones. But in this case, I actually don't see that. I don't see us coming down. Anything can happen in the markets, by the way. Don't take me as the final answer, right? But yeah, I'm just saying that I don't see the liquidity to reach down that low. Just like I said with COSM, I was saying that, you know, it'd be great to touch the 301 to 297, but I don't think we have enough liquidity to reach that. And, I mean, obviously it showed today, right? So, somebody said, man, this guy's been calling COSM for months. That made me feel like you're looking at my channel for like a squeeze potential. Like, that's not what I'm doing. Like, what I've been doing with COSM has been a forecast from day to day. That's all. Like, I've just been looking at the normal price action. Like, just what are the higher probabilities for tomorrow? What are the higher probabilities into next week? Like, what's going on? You know, it's kind of like a weatherman. It's gonna be slightly cloudy with a chance of freaking losing I'm wrecking my portfolio, right? So, yeah, guys. So, let's see. White House press secretary Karine Jean-Pierre holds. Oh, that's a live event happening right now. White House press conference. Oh, geez. More bad news. But anyway, you guys, I think we should probably cut it out here. I'm gonna go get my little guy, wake him up, and let him start roaming his day. All right, but I appreciate everybody for coming by. Yeah, good job if you entered the positions that we talked about yesterday, right? Especially COSM. We definitely got a pretty nice move to the upside. I'm still looking for a topside target, maybe come Monday at about 328. Potential resistance there. So the Blatt saying, great stream, Arca. See you next week. Absolutely, you guys. I'm going to be here bright and early on Monday, and we'll start our ascent again to the moon, right? So, man, and yeah, that's another one that we were looking at, right? Finger is actually doing, yeah, nice. Just as expected, man. Good deal. But I wouldn't trust it too much right now, right? So it's nice that we're getting the recovery at that 10:30 zone, 10:30 a.m., right? So just keep your eyes on it, my brother. But I'm happy that we were able to kind of see this before it happened. So, all right, team. But yeah, if guys, you know where to reach me. Send me a DM wherever, and we'll talk, right? So not a problem, Sebastian. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you for everything you do. Lock up, love you, buddy. The Bled. I'm gonna catch you guys later, okay? And also Tristan, if you're still here, Philip, guys, love you so much. Thank you for everything you do. And but yeah, so I don't know if I may be in a space call later. I don't know, guys. It's just I'm kind of tired. The end of the week, and this was super lazy, right? Not a problem, Sam. All right, team. So yeah, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your weekend, or beginning of your weekend now, right? And I'll catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios, team. See ya, everybody.